My, oh my, an NFL Network analyst has predicted that the New York Jets will be the surprise team that shocks football in 2026. Butter my buns and call me a biscuit. Let's get this thing started. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time. To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily.
It's actually just football, man.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teamwork, just football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Let's go!
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast, people. Make sure you guys, if you're watching on live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, big shout out. Replay on YouTube or the audio only version of this podcast, which is exclusively available on the Believe Network, BLEAV. Appreciate you believing in the show and tuning in this morning. Absolutely love it. We'll get to a lot of different stuff today, including me finding an old relic, an old New York Jets relic when I was cleaning out my house yesterday, which we'll get to in just a second. I see some memberships are being gifted. We'll get to that in just a second because you guys are about to be fired up, because on the NFL Daily Show that is hosted by NFL Network's Greg Rosenthal, he was asked the question, who will be the surprise team of 2026, like the New England Patriots were last year, that won 4 games the previous year and then went all the way to the Super Bowl. Greg Rosenthal from NFL Daily says that team will be the New York Jets.
The question is, we need a surprise team this year, Greg Rosenthal. Who will shock the world in 2026?
For the second straight time on this show, I'm going with the New York Jets.
Ooh,
now, they did
doubling
surprise
down.
me last year by playing a defense straight out of like 1976 and not winning a game for a couple months. But I do think this team is built to be better. I like the offseason that they had. That's Aaron Glenn in happier moments. It was brief, this celebration in Tampa, because they still lost that game. The offensive line is feeling good because they just got ranked near the top 10 in the NFL Daily offensive line rankings. You go over to the defensive side of the ball, 8 new starters. They're not going to all work out, but I think they upgraded the level of professionalism. And then, yes, the reclamation project that was Geno Smith is now like a reunion that no one that rooted for the Jets back in 2014 could have ever seen coming. And there are going to be moments when Geno is out there lighting up opponents, and you're going to think of this segment, and you're going to think, Greg was right. That team's better than we thought.
All right.
I'm really looking forward to that, Greg.
Welcome to the family, Greg Rosenthal. Welcome to the family. Ooh-wee. How does that not fire you guys up in the audience when you have someone that is willing to jump on the train? Toot! We are going to break down all of it here on the show. But first, I want to make sure you guys got immediately to the topic at hand. We're going to unpack that. We're going to look at the depth chart from last year, the depth chart for this year as it currently stands, and break it all down here. But first, I see we have a 10-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships that are being gifted out in the audience by our number one Austrian Jets fan, baby. Let's bleeping go. Let's go to him. Our number one Austrian Jets fan is gifting from the high heavens here on YouTube. Yes. Let's read these 10 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Dan Philcox, Bill M., Joe Van Patten, Bearcat, Gio Coabando. All right. Bobby K5K, Renzel is back. Shout out to Renzel. Good to see you in here, buddy. Let's see. Who other members? Manny D. Big Green loves conspiracies. Okay. The Mott Zone. Okay. The Motto Zone. Nope, just Mott Zone. Mott Zone. There you go. Those are all the new members of the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to our number one Austrian Jets fan. Throw your ones up. Acknowledge our number one Austrian Jets fan with an unbelievable 85 raffle tickets so far this month. Thank you, Austrian. Way to set the tone. I think Greg's right, baby. I think the Jets are going to surprise because there's a few key factors to any good surprise. Is expectations. Well, Vegas says the Jets are a 5.5 win team. That's what Vegas says. So anything above that would, in fact, be a surprise. As a matter of fact, the Jets have one winning season in the last 14 years. That was 11 years ago. Todd Bowles' first year, 2015. We went 10-6. It was the only winner in the playoffs. Every other year has been 500 or worse. And quite frankly, recently, it's been much worse. This past season, we were 3-14. And there's just a lot to unpack there with what Greg Rosenthal said. To me, I think the key to any optimism heading into the next season is breeded from, and this is where it starts, the offensive line. The offensive line is where to feel confident if you're a Jets fan. You have two bookend tackles that are young. Olumui Wafashanu on the left side and Armand Membu on the right side. Super young. You got your tackles locked in. Armand Membu at this current moment in time looks like he has a higher ceiling than Olu Muiwa, but again, it's early. Hopefully Olu takes another step this year. But Armand looked spectacular last season. If we were to overreact after a single year, Armand Membu looks like a franchise cornerstone. Not that Olu Muiwa doesn't in the same respect, but took it pretty good. You switch out Dylan Parham at left guard with John Simpson. You get a younger version of John Simpson, and John Simpson's coming off an off year. There's just no other way to put it. His first year, he signed a 2-year deal, for $12 million. First year, really good. You're like, okay, nice find, because Joe Douglas caught a lot of crap for bringing in, Joe Douglas. This regime took a lot of crap for the left guard edition of John Simpson. And I believe that was Joe Douglas more I think about it. But either way, there was a lot of crap for that initially, underwhelming to get John Simpson. And then he performed very well in year one. Year two, not so well. But now you get Dylan Parham, who's younger. Okay, reset the clock and not pay anywhere near as much money. $7.25 million guaranteed money. Okay. Now, again, in a perfect world, we could have upgraded center. We could have upgraded Josh Myers. He was not supposed to start last year, but Elijah Vera Tucker gets injured right before the year, out for the season. Joe Tippmann had won the job from Josh Myers. They were battling for the center position. Joe Tippmann wins. However, it didn't matter he won because ABT was out for the year, so he shifted Joe Tippmann to guard, and Josh Myers would have been our sixth man, now goes to the starting lineup. And, we all know the rest is history. So Josh Myers, I think you could have upgraded from, but he's fine. Not everyone on your line has to be a superstar, right? The ceiling is very high, I believe, for Armand Membu and Olu Muiwa at tackle, but it doesn't have to be high for everybody. So you have Josh Myers there at center, and then you have Joe Tippmann at right guard, who I'm very high on. I'm very high on. So you have three cornerstone young offensive linemen. Maybe Dylan Parham could eventually join that group in that vision of what you think the line could be. But if you are to be confident with the New York Jets, it's about the offensive line. That's where it all starts. That's where football is made. And to me, that's where to circle the wagons, which is what Greg Rosenthal did. He mentioned the NFL draft or NFL Daily, excuse me. That's their show they do with Greg Rosenthal. They broke down recently, within the last 2 weeks, the best offensive lines in football. Like, what's the ones they would take? The Jets were ranked as the 12th best offensive line in football. Let's go to Twitter real quick. We got Donald Stokes, who says ESPN had our offensive line ranked 14th last season. Strides ahead of where we were. Added some vets, added some youth. Very optimistic. Yeah, great point, Donald. So again, consider that. ESPN had the Jets 14th last year. This year, NFL Daily has the Jets at 12th best. Now, not everyone grades it the same and things of that nature, but that is where to do it. NC Green pushes back. He says Myers is not fine. The center is as key as the tackle. So I'm not trying to denigrate center play. Obviously, when we've had a great center, we've been pretty good. Kevin Mawai and Nick Mangold back-to-back gave us 18 seasons of consistent all-pro superstar play, and we were spoiled, quite frankly. Not a lot of people have that kind of benefit of having those kind of players. One of those players in their franchise history, let alone back-to-back, belly-to-belly. So center is important, and Josh Myers was good enough last year, I thought. So you have this 5. This 5 can be really good. Obviously, NFL Daily, those folks think it's 12th best in the National Football League right now. That's a reason to feel optimistic. And let's go through the depth chart here. I think this will be a fun game. So this is the depth chart as it currently stands, and we're going to compare it to last year. We'll go position by position, and we'll play upgrade or downgrade. And you guys could get involved in the comments section if you're watching live, okay? You'll have a chance to play the game. You tell me whether you believe it's an upgrade or downgrade, or maybe maybe it's the same player. So in that point, obviously it's the same. But feel free to comment in as we go through this process. Let's start off at quarterback. Last year's Week 1 starter was Justin Fields. This year's Week 1 starter will be Geno Smith. I think unequivocally, this is an upgrade for the New York Jets. Now, how much of an upgrade? We're going to see. Hopefully, Greg Rosenthal is right. Hopefully, Geno Smith, in his words, is quote-unquote lighting up defenses during the season, and you go, oh, okay, there you go. So I think Geno Smith unequivocally is an upgrade. I think last season was a blip on the radar in a lot of different respects. We've had a lot of very smart people on this show, Judy Batista of the NFL Network, Bucky Brooks, so many that look at that Raiders season last year and go, yeah, okay, Geno underperformed based on the results, but look at the situation and laser pointered here. Listen to those interviews. If you don't believe me, don't take my word for it. Take theirs. I think Geno is a massive upgrade over Justin Fields. Now, again, I think it's an upgrade from a floor perspective. Justin Fields is terrible. Geno Smith, I think, is better than that. But how much better than that is Geno Smith? We're all going to find out together. So to me, I think that is an upgrade. NC Green says anyone is an upgrade over Fields. So QB, that's a plus. Welcome, Geno Smith. Again, I'm still a little stunned that Geno Smith is actually our quarterback. That's sort of nuts, to be honest with you. But QB, upgrade. Hit the upgrade button. Boop, upgrade. All right, let's go to running back. It's the same. This one's quick, a quick conversation. We ran it back. Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, Kene Nwanwu. Like, we just ran it back. There's really no changes of significant note. So, it's in the middle. There's no grade to assign. No upgrade, no downgrade, no grade. Nothing. Now that he's been paid, I hope he upgrades his own game and gives us a better version, but that's a quick conversation. Nothing to report there. Wide receiver, I mean, come on. Massive upgrade. Upgrade. Garrett Wilson, hopefully get a healthy Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson missed the first 10 games of his career last year. Devastating. And the rest of the room folded like a used lawn chair. So you get Adonai Mitchell, who is not on the Week 1 starting lineup, obviously. We didn't acquire him until halfway through the season, so that depth chart is different. Omar Cooper Jr., currently pegged as a starter, first-round draft choice. That's different. You throw in Tim Patrick into that room, and then you have a lot of others that are the same, Isaiah Williams, Arian Smith, Irv Charles, Jamal Pritchett, Quentin Skinner, and all these other random names. But this is a huge upgrade. We were begging the Jets last season, please help a brother out here. This is a plus. This is a plus. And hopefully it's a net plus for Garrett. Garrett is the same, of course. He was here last year. But with different guys around him, defenses have to make business decisions. Are we going to double Garrett? And I assume that's what they're going to do at the beginning and make Omar Cooper Jr. beat them. Make Adonai Mitchell beat them. That's right. That's what I would do if I was another team. I'm like, yeah, Omar Cooper Jr. is a rookie. Yeah, Adonai Mitchell hasn't lived up to the billing yet. I'm going to keep doubling Garrett, and then I'm going to force you to beat me with somebody else. And that's now up to Adonai Mitchell and Omar Cooper Jr. to beat those opponents. And when you beat those opponents, like, damn, we need to change up the coverage here, and then hopefully that opens up opportunities for Garrett. Now, I don't give a flying bleep if they double Garrett, triple Garrett, quadruple Garrett. You as an offensive coordinator need to be creative enough to get him the rock. Because, right, there's a lot of really good receivers. Calvin Megatron Johnson, Devontae Adams, all kinds of wonderful receivers in our league that other teams know are really good, but they still get opportunities. How? You design things in the offense to get the ball in their hands. So Frank Reich's going to have to make sure that he does that. So wide receiver, yeah. Okay, all right, yeah. That's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. As we're going through this process, I see we have the one and only Jake Asman joining the show with a 22-month member shout out. Salute to the king of the Asmaniacs.
Wow.
Boy Green doesn't sleep. He lets dreams rest. Yeah, I'm the new Chuck Norris out there. God rest his soul. I appreciate that. Yeah, I barely got any sleep last night. I was just thinking about this topic matter. It fired me up. I saw this NFL draft show, the Draft Daily or NFL Daily Show. I keep calling it the NFL Draft, the NFL Daily Show, and it fired me up for the next morning show. So appreciate you, Jake. Good morning. Great to have you in. Let's keep going. Again, if you're just joining us, make sure you guys like the video. That's a free way to contribute here on YouTube, and hit that subscribe button. Greg Rosenthal of the NFL Network predicted that the Jets will be the surprise team of 2026 that shocks the league. And he mentioned a lot of reasons why. We're going through the depth chart, comparing it from week 1 last season to the depth chart right now. And we're going through each position, and we're debating whether it's an upgrade, a downgrade, or a meh, like nothing changed. And so far, we got a couple of upgrades so far. But let's keep rolling. Tight end. I mean, come on. This is obviously an upgrade. Kenyon Sadiq. You have Mason Taylor, who's coming back. You got Jeremy Ruckert, who was re-signed. You have Jelani Woods, who was not part of the well, he was. I guess they added him at the end of camp. So he was here. So Kenyon Sadiq is the new piece. I'm friggin' excited. We have talked, so it's an upgrade. I'm not sure what weird sound I'm making every time I say upgrade, but I already started it, so I might as well consistently keep going. And I'll tell you this. We have talked about the tight end position for as long as I've been alive. Like, Dustin Keller in 2008, we traded back into the back end of the first round, grabbed that young man out of Purdue, and I really enjoyed Dustin Keller. He was terrific. But like for years and years and years, we're like, man, we need a tight end. Man, we need a tight end. Man, we need a tight end. We talked about them all, from O.J. Howard of possibilities to T.J. Hawkinson to Noah Fant to Brock Bowers to, the Indianapolis kid. His name's escaping me, from Penn State. We've had so many. Tyler Warren, that just finally hit me. We've talked about tight end for so long. Like, oh, this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year. The Jets get a tight end. I feel it. I feel it. And then we're always wrong. And then the year that we finally let our guard down, like, I'm not saying like no one talked about it. Like when I was with Lou B at the draft, we're talking about 16th overall. We all thought it was Mekhi Lemon, but I also said, it could be Kenyon Sadiq. Could be Sadiq. Sadiq the Freak. Could be. And then, even though I said it as a possibility, it still was like, whoa, they actually did it. Wow. Okay. But it's so crazy that, like, after all these years of talking, like, they did it. It's crazy. So it's a clear upgrade. I'm excited to see how they use them. 12 personnel, 13 personnel, jumbo personnel, all personnel. Yes. Multiple tight ends, 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends. Let's go. I love it. 22 personnel, all personnel. Let's go. So that's an upgrade for me, which is exciting. I'm curious to see how this coordinator uses them. Yeah, that is upgrade. That's definitely an upgrade, people. Fullback the same. We could pass the biscuits on that one. Andrew Beck, you're here, buddy. Hopefully Jeremy Ruckert gets some fullback opportunities. He's good. Let's go here. Love that. Moving on. Let's go to the offensive line. This is interesting. This is an interesting game to play. So the new people that are here. So Olu's back. Armand Membu was a week one starter last year. He's back. Joe Tippmann was a week one starter last year. Josh Myers was a week one starter. The new is Dylan Parham. Now, ABT is gone, but he was lost before the season, so not technically a week one starter. So Dylan Parham is here. He's a younger version of John Simpson. Now, I would say it's if I'm basing it off of the week one pre-thought, then it's a downgrade because I thought John Simpson was better heading into last year than Dylan Parham. But if I'm basing it on the results that we have most recently, which I guess is a fair way to do it, it's either a meh or a slight upgrade with the youth, and you're not paying as much. So, again, I think John Simpson going into last year the arrow was very much pointing up. So Dylan Parham was not to that level, but then John Simpson didn't play up to that level last year. So we can have a debate about left guard if we want. We can have a debate about that one, but that one's either meh or slight upgrade because of age. You get a guy who's 2 years younger. You're basically getting John Simpson when we got him the first time around. And so sort of a wash there, probably on the offensive line. But I do like the depth of this group this year. Yeah. So you get Landon Young, you pick him up from the New Orleans Saints most recently. You bring back a bunch of your key guys, Chukwuma Okorafor, Max Mitchell you bring back, Xavier Newman you bring back. So you got some nice depth. Inez Cooper you add to the mix, battling there at right guard. I like that depth. Marquise Hayes was a guy that looked very good in camp and preseason, and he was a guy in the mix. So you got some really nice depth here on the offensive line. Really nice depth. I wish you could have probably gotten, if I'm nitpicking, a little bit better at backup left tackle because, I imagine that's Max Mitchell if Olumuyiwa goes down. So I don't love that. I wish that would have been slightly upgraded because Chukwuma Okorafor is an exclusive right tackle. This is a problem when you don't have a true swing tackle that can play both roles because that's normally what happens. You have a starting five, left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle, and then your sixth man can play left tackle or right tackle in a perfect world. Unfortunately, Chukwuma Okorafor can't. He's been exclusively right tackle at the NFL level, and the rare snaps he played at left tackle was a disaster in New England, which caused this entire situation 2 years ago where there was a lot of drama. So I don't think he can play left tackle. So that gives you a little bit of if it's Max Mitchell, but hopefully Max can be that guy. He's getting on the field in those jumbo personnel packages. He's been playing a little tight end extra blocker. So Max has been getting on the field, so he's not been cold turkey, but to just protect us at left tackle, if we're being honest, I don't know if I love that, but that's neither here nor there. So offensive line, we could call that what we want to call that. And then we get to the defensive side of the ball, people. This is where you heard it from Greg Rosenthal. The Jets have 8 new starters on the defensive side of the football. Good. We freaking sucked last year on defense. So, wash your hands. Get a priest in here to throw some holy water all over this godforsaken depth chart. And, I'm glad we make seismic changes on the defensive side of the ball. So, I like that. Yeah. So I think we're going to have some upgrades here on the defense, but let's go through. We'll start off at pass rusher. Okay. And again, there's some schematics with 3-4 and 4-3. So let's sort of stack our pass rushers together here. Our pass rushers stunk last year. We were 31st in the league in sack production. 26 sacks is how many sacks the Jets had last year. 26. The only team that was worse was the San Francisco 49ers, who were who were 32nd in the league. They had 20 sacks. But the only reason they didn't have more is because Nick Bosa got hurt. If he doesn't get hurt, the Jets finish in last place in sack production that last year. So they were terrible. So really, a lukewarm body, similar to quarterback conversation we just had, would probably be an upgrade for the New York Jets at pass rusher. But they made some, you invested number 2 overall pick. You got David Bailey. And I know that was a name that split up the Jets fan base. David Bailey, Arvell Reese, that split up a lot of people about what to do. I was an Arvell Reese guy. I won't lie. David Bailey was the number 2 overall pick. He is the highest drafted defensive player in Jets franchise history. That's crazy, but true. The true stat. He led college football in sacks last year, 14.5 sacks. You don't have to twist me into a pretzel to say, okay, that wasn't what I would have done, but I understand. I get it. Pass rush is clearly an upgrade here. Now let's see how much, right? You have David Bailey. He's new. Will McDonald comes back. Joseph Asai comes in. You got a pros pro. Kingsley Enagbari comes in. So Joseph Asai, Kingsley are both plus on run defense, which thank God. That's great news. We need people who, in some of those base sets, can defend the run. So Asai, yes. Kingsley, yes. David Bailey. People say, let's see if this is true. People say, oh, he's an instant impact guy. He's immediately in the conversation for double-digit sacks. Let's see if that's true. So this is definitely an upgrade for the Jets. But let's see. David Bailey, the pressure's on, young man. The pressure is on, sir. Can you be this transcendent defensive stalwart for the New York Jets? Because that's what the Jets are believing when they invest the number 2 overall pick into you. Yeah. Tyler Barron, I throw aside. Like, what is he going to do? By the way, I noticed this the other day. How many teams have multiple Kingsleys on their team, right? Kingsley Enagbari, Kingsley Jonathan, former Syracuse product. We have 2 Kingsleys on the team. Interesting. It's a weird fun fact. I don't know. 2 Kingsleys. Like, that's sort of wild. How common is that name? I would assume not very common at all. But that's neither here nor there, I suppose. Anywho, upgrade, pass rusher, for sure. Upgrade. Yes, definitely. Let's go on the interior here. And this is an interesting conversation at defensive tackle because we had Quinnen Williams last year, and he's pretty good. He didn't play great last year. And then he gets traded to the Cowboys, and then all of a sudden he's a superstar. But so last year, it was, again, you know the band? Benny and the Jets. Benny. It was Quinnen and the Jets. Quinnen. But the rest of the room was like, well, this is the rest of the room last year. Jay Tufele, Leonard Taylor III, Fatorma Moba, or Fat Orma, whichever way you prefer to pronounce that. Like, the rest of the room stunk. It was Quinnen and a bunch of guys. This year, Harrison Phillips, Tavondre Sweat, Jawan Briggs, David Onyemata, Darrell Jackson Jr., and, of course, for our folks out there in the audience, we definitely have the Mozzie train.
I'm going off the rails on a Mozzie train. There you go.
Yep, still on the roster. Salute to Mozzie Smith, former first rounder of the Dallas Cowboys. He's also in this group. And Peyton Page, great name. Not sure how he will do on the football field, a former Clemson product, but Peyton Page. I love that name. Just rolls. There's a pop to it. So I hope he's good. The name's good. I don't know if the player will be good. We'll see. So this is a toughie because Quinnen is really good, but I like the more balanced attack where it's not just one guy and a bunch of other guys. There's a lot of viable guys here. This may be possibly one of the deepest positions on the New York Jets roster at defensive tackle. Tavondre Sweat, Harrison Phillips, Jawan Briggs, David Onyemata. Like, those 4 are rock solid, man. They're rock solid. None of them are the Quinnen Williams ceiling, of course, but those 4, man. And then we'll see what Darrell Jackson Jr. ends up being this year. Rich Cimini speculated he's going to be sort of a redshirt player as they work him into the rotation. Mozzie, I don't think, is making the team. But Tavondre Sweat, Harrison Phillips, Jawan Briggs, David Onyemata, that group is nasty. So run defense, stock up. So I like that. I think that's an upgrade for the New York Jets. Again, difficult because I'm not trying to brush aside Quinnen by any means, but it was Quinnen and a bunch of guys. If Quinnen goes down, your whole thing is kaput. If anyone goes down in this group, you're still okay because you still got more guys. Got good depth there. Yeah. See, Taylor Sterling says Mozzie's in a contract year. Yeah, he's got 1 year left on his deal. The Jets declined his 5th year option. I think he gets cut. I don't think he makes a team. Harrison Phillips, time to do some mentoring. Certainly with Tavondre Sweat, which he's already done. He told that to Jake Asman at the gala this year. And I love that. I love that. That bit was my favorite bit of their interview conversation. So we'll see. So shout out. And obviously Mozzie's talented. He was a first-round pick, so maybe he's going to prove us all wrong. But I love the depth. So upgrade at defensive tackle. Upgrade. Let's go to linebacker here. Interesting. Well, last year's linebacker group had Quincy Williams, Jamian Sherwood, Zaire Barnes, Francisco Mauioa, Jamarcus Weston, and Boog Smith, a.k.a. Aaron Smith, was part of this group. So a couple of things here. Quincy, former first-team All-Pro, really talented player. For some reason, last year had some injuries, and then there was the problem with the coaching staff, which caused issues. Jamie Sherwood obviously is coming off a horrific year. Just did not go well in any regard. Francisco Mauingoa, a.k.a. Kiko, he had his moments, but mostly nothing. And then Zaire Barnes, actually, this depth chart isn't fully accurate for week one because he got cut and went to the Giants practice squad. And Aaron Smith did not make the team either. But still, this is an overall look at the depth chart from last year. But the main straws that stir the drink are Quincy and Jamie Sherwood, which I thought was going to be a lot better. And clearly it was not. It was not. Jamie had a rough year. So if we're looking up upgrade, downgrade, Demario Davis is a massive upgrade at linebacker. But I still don't love the depth. I'm not going to lie. I don't love the depth. Demario's going to be a starter. Sherwood's going to be a starter off ball where he's not the green dot. He won't be the Mike. That'll be Demario Davis. So I think Demario is an upgrade, but I am very nervous of the depth on this team. This is one of those positions on the Jets roster. If you get an injury, man, oh, it's like the Pillsbury Doughboy. You poke him in the belly button, all the air comes out. All the air comes out of this linebacker group. The good news is that Demario, historically speaking, Demario Davis, despite being 37 years old, he's missed like 2 games in his entire career, and one of them was because of COVID. So, like, Demario Davis has been rock solid, durable, a leader, all of those things. So, still, he's 37. But the linebacker depth, I don't love. I'd still love a little bit more there, if I'm being candid. I would definitely like to see a little bit more there. But still, over last year, I'd say a net upgrade. Net upgrade. Yeah, Quincy's talented, but there was just a lot of problems last year. So I think it's an upgrade. Demario Davis is really good. But again, it's an upgrade by definition of upgrade, downgrade, or meh. But it's a scary upgrade because of the depth questions I have. Like Michael Walker, it's more special teamer. Marcelo McCurry-Ball, definitely more so a special teamer. Kendrick Blackshire, Jaden Keller, Kobe King. Ooh, those names drop off real quick like. I'm very concerned about the linebacker group, quite frankly. Jets, if we get to preseason, and here's the good news. EZ brings this up all the time, and I'm glad EZ does. I've never heard another caller bring this up, but it's super important. The Jets have the number 2 waiver wire priority, which means any player that gets cut, the Jets will have the second dibs on outside of the Raiders, right? So it's Raiders, Jets, and they hold that waiver wire priority for the next couple of months through the first month of the season. So till October. So we're talking about May, June, July, August, September. We've got 5 months of number 2 overall waiver wire priority. That is key. So if any linebacker slip through the cracks, the Jets should be able to scoop ski potato. Little scoop ski potato action. So hopefully the Jets can, get some of that going on. Hopefully so. All right, let's keep going here, and then we'll finish this off. Let's go to the corner room for the New York Jets, okay? We look at the corner room here for the Jets. Brandon Stevens, he's the same, but you bring in D'Angelo Pons. You had Azaria Thomas, he was here. You bring in Nashawn Wright, who was a Pro Bowler last year. Love that. You have Quantez Stiggers, he comes back. Okay. You get a little bit of that action happening here on the show. Jarvis Brantley Jr. was not on the Week 1 roster, of course, because we traded for him in the month of September. But you lose Sauce Gardner, of course. So Sauce was here, obviously, Week 1. Interesting. So you switch out Sauce Gardner, and you get a Pro Bowler, Nashawn Wright. You get D'Angelo Pons. Yeah, this has to be a downgrade. I mean, Sauce is really good. We can all debate how good. He was at a point the number 1 highest paid corner in football. But this is a downgrade. We don't have a Sauce Gardner on this group. I think the overall depth is clearly better, obviously. You're sort of splitting that asset into multiple assets. D'Angelo Pons, I'm really high on. D'Angelo Pons is talented. He could start at nickel or on the outside. It'll be curious what he does. Rich Cimini predicted that he could start on the inside, but I've also heard him say outside as well. So you have that. But obviously, you don't have a Sauce Gardner anymore. So Brandon Stevens is back. Okay. Nashawn Wright, a Pro Bowler. You love that. D'Angelo Pons, top 50 pick. You like that. Azaria Thomas, you hope, can take another step. But yeah, this is a downgrade. This is a downgrade for the Jets. Yeah, Sauce Gardner's really good. But how do they step up to the plate? How do they step up? Yo Holmes says, Sauce is overrated or the most overrated corner in football. Maybe. I mean, we don't have to defend him anymore, you know? Like, there's certain guy, if you have your boy, you know, you defend him no matter what. Whether it's right or wrong, you're like, hey, that's my guy. I have to defend him by default. But no, I'm not going to pretend like Sauce ain't a top 10 corner. Like, he's really good. He just does take the ball away, which, again, when you're paying him that much money, that's an issue. Because that's what you would, in theory, pay a top corner for. So, yeah, I think that's a downgrade, but I don't want to, like, dismiss the room. I feel very good about the room. I think Deshaun Wright is one of the best bets of this offseason. A phenomenal bet by the New York Jets. D'Angelo Ponds, again, everyone tells me if he was 2 inches taller, he'd be a first-round pick. The Jets got him at 50th overall. I'm hoping Azaria Thomas takes the leap. Like, I was high on Azaria last year, but he started the year injured, ended the year injured. So I don't know what we're getting from Azaria Thomas. I don't know. And Brandon Stevens, I think we had a lot more question marks than answers at the beginning of the last season. And then he was able to sort of steady the ship a little. Yeah, so corner, I think is a downgrade, but I like the room. Like the room. And Yo Holmes says, 2 first-round picks for Sauce, just a tremendous deal. Then whatever Adonai Mitchell ends up becoming. Right now he's a starter. So got a starting receiver and 2 number ones, which obviously one of them was Kenyon Sadiq this year. And then the next one, is that our franchise quarterback? If so, that was a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal, I'd say. Let's go to safety. The last year, our safeties. Andre Cisco, Tony Adams were the starters. They had Malachi Moore in the mix, Isaiah Oliver in the mix, Jarius Monroe, Dean Clark. And our safeties this year are Minka Fitzpatrick. You got Malachi Moore in there. You got Dane Belton, VJ Payne. I mean, I don't know how it's not an upgrade because Minka is better than anyone from last year. Plus, Andre Cisco last year was your starter. This year, he's your 3rd or 4th safety. So, yeah, this safety position an upgrade. I mean, it's sort of an upgrade by default. The safety position was terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, that's phenomenal. So now he's safety 3 or 4, and maybe he doesn't make the team. Like his contract does not guarantee that he makes the team at all. So phenomenal, yeah. So and Minka, let's see how much gas he has left in the tank. Bucky Brooks, I'll tweet out some more clips from the Bucky Brooks interview. We've cut up a few on YouTube. I asked Bucky Brooks, former scout, does Minka have anything left in the tank? Like, does he have gas left in the tank? He says he does, but not the way you think. And he gave a very unique answer. So I'll probably write a story about that, about what Bucky said. But yeah, safety upgrade. But again, I mean, really, anyone would have probably been an upgrade over that terrible unit last year. And obviously the overall secondary didn't have a pick last year. So not good. So hopefully it's better. And let's end here. Special teams. Oh boy. Oh boy. We'll start off with the bad news. Kicker. Our current kickers are Cade York and Lenny Krieg. Cade York, across his career, has a 77.3% conversion rate. For context, because, like, right, I can tell you guys any percentage number thing in the room. You're like, yeah, 77. Like, that's not good, but, like, where does that sit? Well, if you would have put his career percentage and just matched it with what happened this past season, his career percentage of 77.3%, or 73.7%, excuse me. I was upping it. It's 73.7%. Would have been 3rd worst in football last year. So Cade York has not been good. Quite frankly, that's just a blunt way to put it. And we just had Nick Folk, who led the league in field goal conversion rate for the 3rd straight year. Terrific player. Now he's going to go play in a dome, and good for him in Atlanta. But our kicker situation is a massive, epic downgrade. But here's the good news. We were doing the show on May 18th. The Jets did not sign Nick Folk last year till the first couple days of training camp. So I'm saying there's a chance. You could still fix it. There's still months. Hopefully you can find somebody. Maybe it's Lenny Krieg. I don't know. a German kicker that, speaking of the Falcons, spent last year on the Falcons practice squad, originally entered the league as a NFL International Pathway Program player. The Jets identified Pascal Akaji, defensive lineman, as their Pathway Program player, so they do not get an exception, for Lenny Krieg. So if they bring him on the practice squad, he'll have to eat up a normal roster spot, or if he's on the 53-man for obvious reasons. So Lenny Krieg, I'm going to be honest, we just don't know a whole heck of a lot about him. He's been sort of a mystery man, so hopefully he's better than we all think, because the things we know about Cade York, we don't want to know, and we don't know nothing about Lenny Krieg. So is this one of the kickers, one of these two guys? Is it someone else we're going to add? I don't know, but this is about as massive of a downgrade as you could possibly have in a roster. Not good. Not good. But the rest of the special teams unit rocks the same. Austin McNamara is here. I think, I'll speak for myself. I won't speak for other people. I was really beat up last year when they dumped Thomas Morstead. He's my guy. He's joined the show many times. I developed a personal relationship with Thomas Morstead. So for this random Austin McNamara kid, I'm like, what the, huh? Who? What? And this is why the Jets get paid the big bucks, and I'm just a random guy at my house doing a Jets podcast, right? I mean, let's call it how we see it here. They were right. Austin McNamara had a transcendent year, and he was now he's under contract here for the next couple of years. Like Austin McNamara, you got younger and better, and I love Thomas Morstead. He's a good friend, but they were right. So that's the same. You bring him back, and then your long snapper right now is Thomas Hennessy, although they're kicking the tires on Garrison Grimes, who's this super athletic long snapper. So there will be some competition in the room there. But that is the assessment of the roster. As we're playing that game, you heard it. There's a lot more upgrades and downgrades. There should be, coming off a 3-14 year. I think the Jets seriously upgraded this roster, which I think gives a lot of credence to what Greg Rosenthal said, for sure. And for those who missed it, we'll play it one more time. Here is what Greg Rosenthal said on NFL Daily of why the Jets will be the surprise team of 2026.
The question is, we need a surprise team this year, Greg Rosenthal. Who will shock the world in 2026?
For the second straight time on this show, I'm going with the New York Jets.
Ooh,
now, they did
doubling
surprise
down.
me last year by playing a defense straight out of like 1976 and not winning a game for a couple months. But I do think this team is built to be better. I like the offseason that they had. That's Aaron Glenn in happier moments. It was brief, this celebration in Tampa, because they still lost that game. The offensive line is feeling good because they just got ranked near the top 10 in the NFL Daily offensive line rankings. You go over to the defensive side of the ball, 8 new starters. They're not going to all work out, but I think they upgraded the level of professionalism. And then, yes, the reclamation project that was Geno Smith is now like a reunion that no one that rooted for the Jets back in 2014 could have ever seen coming. And there are going to be moments when Geno is out there lighting up opponents, and you're going to think of this segment, and you're going to think, Greg was right. That team's better than we thought.
All right.
I'm really looking forward to that, Greg.
I agree. I think they're going to be the surprise team. It's going to be terrific. All right, we've got a super chat coming in here from Mac Mahar Khalil. Appreciate that. Every time we get a super chat, we hear from my daughter, Zariah Luna.
Wow.
Thank you, Mac. Appreciate that. We'll add this to your total. Beautiful for this month. And you now have 11 raffle tickets to our contest. More on that in just a second, folks, for people out in the audience. Let's read the super chat out loud to our group. Good morning. I feel that we have a well-rounded, upgraded team instead of an incredibly overpriced player on his way out. Yeah, again, you could be talking about Sauce Gardner potentially there. So we either had a lot of overpaid players. Like, hey, man, when you're in your position, you get whatever money you can. But like to highlight 2 individuals that we traded last year, Quinnen obviously had let the losing get to him, and I don't blame him. Like, I'm sure I am as a fan, but not in the locker room. But like, I'm sure that wears on you. He's been here since 2019. It's been a lot of losing. As a Jets fan, I know. I've been through all the losing with him. It's been a lot of losing. He let it get to him. And then he gets traded to a new place. It's sexy. It's different. It's new, right? And Quinnen blows up immediately. I remember that primetime game where he had sacks and pass deflections and tackles for loss. He blew it up, and Cowboys fans were like, yeah. But I think it was the right time to part ways. And you can't deny the great value that Darren Mucci got. A second rounder that ended up being the 44th overall pick, which ultimately was D'Angelo Ponds. And then you get a first rounder in 2027, which again could help deliver your franchise quarterback. You have to pull the trigger. So I like the depth. Again, this may be crazy to some people in the audience, but if you could have Quinnen Williams and a bunch of guys, or the depth we have now of Harrison Phillips, Devontae Sweat, Jawan Briggs, David Onyemata, I'll take door number 2. Thank you very much. And I won't ask twice. And on Sauce Gardner, if you would tell me that we'd split that asset into the picks we'd got, Adonai Mitchell, and then you're using some of the money on him, like for instance, Nashawn Wright is on a 1-year deal for $5.5 maximum value, and they're paying Sauce Gardner $30 million a year. I'll take the Pro Bowler on the 1-year deal. Thank you very much. And then the D'Angelo Ponds, who you got via the Quinnen Williams trade. So yeah, I think you lose the respect around the league, right? Like Sauce Gardner, a lot of people would say it's like a top corner. Like Quinnen Williams, well, that's a top player. Those are marquee names, marquee players. But while you lose a little bit of the headline news when you don't have those players anymore, I think that might be best for business. So, Mac, I think you're onto something here with your $5 super chat. I think you are. And to me, that's a fascinating result here for the Jets to increase the overall depth of this team. And I think a big key is going to be coaching, ironically enough. It's going to be coaching. Coaching. Can Aaron Glenn get more out of this group? There's a lot of talent on this group. No excuses. Can he get it out? I think that's the key. All right, let's do this. Couple of things here. Couple of things to blow up. Couple of things to throw some love at here on the show, which we appreciate. Again, no matter where you're watching or listening, make sure you guys rate and review Boy Green Daily. If you're listening on some of your favorite places, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, rate and review Boy Green Daily. My friends over at the Believe Network, where this show is exclusively at in terms of its audio home, they'd appreciate that feedback, and so would I. So feel free to rate and review. Let us know your favorite parts of the show. Also, Gangrene Beach Club, baby. GGBC. I've been getting a few messages about this. Saturday, July 11th. Boy Green's headed to Atlantic City, baby. The Ocean Casino Resort. If you guys want to join me on Saturday, July 11th for fun, drinks, media members, content creators. I mean, Jake Asman, Rich Samiti, Brandon Tierney, Fireman Ed, Connor Hughes, Antoine Staley, Brian Costello, Ryan Sampson, Zach Rosenblatt, Will Parkinson, Frankie V, Omari Brown, Matt O'Leary, Green Bean Island. Okay, I'm on Green Bean. I believe, baby. I believe, Green Bean, and I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, buddy. I believe the Jets could definitely go to the playoffs. Let's go. I believe.
But I choose to believe that it is. I believe. I believe. I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
No, who asked this question? Oh, David Aaron. He says, I'm out of the loop. Did BG call into Rich Eisen with a record prediction yet? No, not yet. Hopefully I will soon. I'd love to call into the show and give my Jets record prediction. I've not done it yet. And then hopefully we'll save the clip for on air. So stay tuned for that. Who else we got? So Green Bean, I believe, baby. Ryan Delaney, Richie from Jets Media, Robbie Sabo, Dom C, Joe Blewett, Nick Ferry, a bunch of Jets X Factor people. Boy Green, yours truly. We have Bree Martinez. Who else do we have? Nick Shine and Tyson. Look at all that. Wear green and white, baby. 21 and over. Saturday, July 11th. Doors open at noon. It's till 6 o'clock. We're just going to have a grand old time. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. If you guys want more details or to purchase your tickets, you can find that information in both places. GangreneBeachClub.com. Tickets are $25 a pop. Highly recommend. And again, before we reach July, maybe once we get to the month of June, we'll give away some tickets perhaps, to Gang Green Beach Club, where you guys can join Boy Green and head on over. That'd be a lot of fun. So can't wait for that summer event. That's going to be absolutely terrific. It's going to be terrific. Austrian has earned raffle tickets this show. Mac has earned raffle tickets this show. Here are our raffle prizes, baby. A Garrett Wilson Funko Pop, a New York Jets polo, a Jets Kelly green and cream 3930 flex hat, sideline historic hat. All of these wonderful items will be given away on June 1st. If you want a chance to win all these items, we do a raffle every single month if you're new here. I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green, the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. We do monthly raffles on the show exclusively here on YouTube. To be eligible, you have to spend $3 on the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, you're in the comments section, lighting up the comments. If you go a few notches over in your comment section, you'll see a money sign. It's a little money emoji, $sign. Click that, and it gives you a bunch of options. You can send in super stickers, super chats where you ask a question or comment or wish someone a happy birthday. You can do whatever you want. Or gift channel memberships. Every $3 you spend gets you a raffle ticket to win this fabulous lineup of prizes. All right? That's it. The more raffle tickets you buy, of course, that increases your odds, of course. It's a random wheel of name picker that determines a winner on a month-to-month basis. We crown a winner and the first of every month and then immediately announce, hey, here are the new prizes for the next month. So good luck to everybody out there in the universe. We try to make it as affordable as possible. How many places can you get $3 raffle tickets? We try to make it as cheap as possible for everyone out there in the universe. It's the kind of guy we are. Or we are. Kind of guy I am, I guess. I don't know. Anywho, I love it from Greg Rosenthal. Love the cut of his jib. All right, folks, make sure you guys, again, like the video and hit subscribe. And by the way, we continue to hit milestones here on the channel, which I'm very proud of. So thank you for all the new subscribers that have joined the Boy Green Army here. I am quite pleased with the recent results of you guys interacting with the show. So thank you very much. We are just 2 subscribers away from 8,650, baby. We keep growing. We keep populating. We keep whatever the word is. We're moving and grooving. That's the real word. And that means we would be only 13. Right now, we're 1,352 people away from 10,000 subscribers, which is pretty freaking cool here on YouTube. So thank you, everybody in the audience. All right, let's do this, y'all. We've got, I see some people talking NBA Finals. Sure, we could get a little bit of that in. Some Jets, whether you agreed with some of my upgrades or downgrades. We could get into some debates here on the show. It's up to you out in the universe. You know, whatever floats your boat, we could get into here on the program. But let's take a hep time out. Then we'll welcome in your phone calls here on a beautiful Monday on May 18th on Boy Green Daily. We'll be back after this.
1, 2, 3.
I am your humble host. Welcome back to the show. I see some memberships are being gifted in the audience. Let's ride. Oh, yeah, baby. That includes 26 raffle tickets for our buddy, NC Bleepin' Green. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Let's make it rain from the high heavens. There he is. NC Green gifting a 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll do it, baby. That'll friggin' do it. Let's hit it with some of
It's
this.
Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed too.
Come on, who doesn't love some Village people?
Jets, Jets.
Yes.
See the construction worker? See the cowboy? I'll have to put that up to a poll. Anywho, here are the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to NC Green. That went to Brian Nichols, Jack Dooley, Middle Gator, Mark Moose, Whatever Wizard. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Appreciate that. NC Green, you've got 5 raffle tickets to our contest, my friend, and I will update that on the leaderboard here in just a moment. Let's get to the phone lines. That is youtube.com/boygreen25 here on the program. Appreciate that. That is the way to call into the show if you'd like. I'll answer a question real quick. David Aaron says, BG, what are the prize pick odds that if the Jets are good, your channel crosses 10,000 subscribers before December? Well, I don't know. My channel has never been, the team has never been good in alignment with my channel. The only time it was the audio only version. If there's any OGs out there that was listening to my Jet show here in Oswego, New York, 11 years ago for an audio only podcast, and you heard me get all excited for 2015, I guess. But besides that, well, they've been terrible. So I'm not sure what those odds are, but I've heard a lot of people say that, hey, man, as soon as the Jets get good, this is going to mean blah for your channel. Maybe you're right. I don't know. We'll all find out together, I guess. So welcome them in, 2-2. All right, let's go to those phone lines, but thank you for the comment, David. Let's go to the phone lines here. We'll kick it off with Hep.
Hey guys, hey fellas. Hey, you know what? If we did good, I mean, forget about it. Your station would blow up big time. Everybody's content would blow up.
Yeah.
But whatever. Hey Paul, what do you think it costs to change the field over at MetLife to grass? Do you think it's over $1 million to put that grass in?
Definitely. And then whatever you want to include for upkeep, I imagine, for grass versus AstroTurf, whatever the hell they call it. And I know they have a better version of it now than they used to, I suppose, like when I was back in high school. But yeah, it's definitely over $1 million. And I'm curious what they do, because I've seen other places do other things. There's some fields, and this technology, is beyond my normal brain understanding. But I've heard that, hey, Miss Hep. Hey.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? You look
I'm pretty good.
spectacular.
I had to say my goodbye to my sweetheart.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, wow. See, Hep, you know what? You're winning at life. Look at that. You got your beautiful bride on your arm. Like that's terrific.
My grandsons are right upstairs.
See, man for a long time has searched for utopia. Where is this damn place? Under this rock. Where is the perfect place?
Yeah.
They found it. It's on One Hep Drive, baby.
Yeah,
you found it. So that's absolutely magnificent. So I have no idea what the hell I was talking about. But the fields.
Yeah.
There are some stadiums that have like rotating fields apparently beneath the stadium. They keep, and then they shift it, and then they flip the fresh one up. So I don't know how all that works, but I do know that's got to definitely be more than $1 million. Because if it wasn't a money issue, I imagine the teams would do it. If the players are complaining about it, fine, you bastards, will do it. I think it's purely a money thing to me, because these stadiums are being used for more than just football. So like if you have grass, and stuff, you're right, and concerts are coming in and stomping through your grass, you're like, son of a, got to replace, resod, and do all this, which fans probably don't care about. They're like, yeah, that's money. Use money, you billionaire bastards. But I think it is, definitely over $1 million would be my
I was gonna say, why not just keep the grass there for the season? I mean, I don't know. It's already out on the field.
Yeah, for the FIFA stuff. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Like, it's there, and the players are like, yes, keep it. Stop right there. Keep it. You have it.
Check it out. Let's try it out for the season. Yeah, let's see what goes on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think. And as far as the weight challenge thing.
Yeah.
Start to like make substitution, like in your mind. So like instead of eating chips, maybe I'll eat some walnuts and some almonds. Start to think in your mind like substitutions and stuff.
Yeah.
Still have your stuff. Still don't do without your stuff, because then you'll be like starved for it. And you'll go like crazy when you get a hold of it. You'll be like, Mountain Dew. Blah, blah, blah.
See,
You'll be
that's what
doing it
happened before. I went like on a random time. I said, I'm good. I don't need it. And so I had been drinking like, I don't know, 2 or 3 Mountain Dews a day in my life, somewhere like 10 years ago or something. And it's random. I said, no, I can stop. I can stop whenever I want. And I just went cold turkey for like a month. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. And I just came to a house one time and I opened the fridge and it was like there. And I went, guys are losers. And I just started going crazy, and they probably found me in the fetal position a few days later in the house. So yeah, I got to wean off a little bit, but portion control. You can have anything in doses,
Sure. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, Hep. There you go. Hep's wife, me, and a Mountain Dew coma. There's everything on this show. Appreciate you out there in the audience. All right, let's keep it rolling here on the program. The phone lines are popping. Appreciate that. The comments are flowing as well. I got this comment at the beginning of the show. Let me highlight this real quick. Let's go to Jesse Owens. Jesse Owen, excuse me. How much does a winning season ruin our draft capital next season? I ask because if Geno Smith wants another big contract and has 5 good years left, isn't there still reason to tank for Jeremiah Smith? So, wow, there's a lot to unpack here. To me, I don't believe a winning season ruins our draft capital next year. I would get, if you're a Jets fan in our audience, and our only first-round pick we have is the Jets, and then next year's class is supposed to be this crazy good quarterback class, and you go like 7-10, and then you miss out on all the quarterback. Like, for instance, here's an example. The Pittsburgh Steelers brought back Aaron Rodgers last couple of days, right? You bring back Aaron Rodgers. Here's my assessment of the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers have not had a losing season. This is crazy. Since 2003. It's been 23 years since they've had a losing season. That's back in the Bill Cowher days. Okay? So I don't anticipate a losing season's happening this year. It just doesn't happen. So they're going to be good enough to be mediocre. They're going to be 9-8. And they're not going to be good. They might be good enough to make the playoffs as a random wild card or something, then lose. They haven't won a playoff game in 10 years. They haven't had a losing season since 2003. That's the worst place to be. That's hell. That's purgatory. If you only have your own first-round pick, and even if you want to trade everything, if I'm a team in the top 5, I'm like, blow me, Steelers. I'm not trading back to your pick at 20 to move up so you could go get your quarterback. You don't have enough. No, see you, pal. So that's the worst place it could be. Purgatory. Hell. The Jets are not in that position. They've got the Colts first-round pick. They have the better pick of the Cowboys and the Packers. So I don't believe that, how much does a winning season ruin our draft capital? As a matter of fact, you can have your cake and eat it too. And I've been saying this for months. And I hope more people, we have Green Bean Island for the playoffs, which I'm on. Let's go. But if you want to be in an island for something far more niche, it's, hey, just the narrative that the Jets can ruin their season if they have a halfway decent year this year of 7 wins or 8 wins or something. Oh, geez, that's terrible. No, it's not. You can win games, and other teams that you control their first-round pick can suck and help you get your quarterback pick. So I push back on that. On the Geno thing, he's in the last year of his deal. If Geno looks spectacular this year, and I hope he does, I'm sure Geno would want to come back. I'm sure the Jets would want him back. But that doesn't alter my quarterback plans. He's 35. He's going to turn 36 this year. If he's great, sure, I'm open to bringing him back and would love that. But I'm also not hesitating to draft a quarterback in the top 10 if that position an opportunity presents itself. So you have both. No, and I don't believe there's any world where the Jets are in a position to take Jeremiah. So if the Jets have a top 10 pick, they're taking a quarterback, unless all the quarterbacks are gone. So Jeremiah Smith is awesome. But unless the Jets have 2 top 10 picks, in that case, you could take Jeremiah Smith with one of them, your quarterback with the other one. But if they still don't have a quarterback, right? The Brendan Sorsby thing does not happen. They're not using their only top 10 pick on Jeremiah Smith. That would surprise me. No matter, unless Cade Klubnik's the man. I guess that's the only other way that you would do it. But no, they're taking a quarterback. But it's a good question, Jesse. Thank you so much. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here on the show. Up next, Neil Sr. joins us here. What's up, Neil?
Morning, Well, how are you?
Yeah, not too shabby. What's going on?
Nothing. Very excited about the beach party.
Are you going to be there for that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm an AC guy.
Okay.
And, Lou B throws great parties, from what I understand. So
Very much so.
it's
So
going
I've
to
never
be.
been to AC. Any advice? Any tips? It's
I
going to be my
told
first time.
I think I mentioned this before. I go down. My wife gambles,
Okay.
so when I go down, they fly us down on a jet and from Farmingdale. I'm there in 20 minutes. It's really great. I mean, I
Oh,
can't tell
cool.
you.
Nice.
But Caesars,
Mm-hmm.
the boardwalk is split in two. You have Caesars going all the way down to Ocean are the best
Mm-hmm.
hotels. So you have Caesars, if anybody's planning on going.
Mm-hmm.
Caesars is walking distance to Ocean.
Cool.
You have Bally's, you have Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing one, I think, other hotel, and then you have the Ocean. Okay.
Okay.
The
All right.
Ocean's very expensive,
Okay.
really pretty hotel. All glass all the way up. All the rooms are
Oh,
glass floor to ceiling. I mean, it's
cool.
beautiful. And you
Nice.
got views of the ocean. I mean, it's gorgeous. But so if you have families,
Mm-hmm.
you want to go to Bally's, Caesars, Tropicana,
Mm.
which are more I don't want to say kid friendly, but
Mm-hmm.
they all have, like, Bally's has pools out, beach bars outside,
Cool.
so you could take your family to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
They have live bands on the beach,
Oh,
and it's really cool. The beach is not the prettiest beach. It's kind of like a powdery sand, but
okay.
it's listen, it's the beach. If you like the beach,
Sure.
you'll go to this beach bar and you can get a kebab. They walk chairs out for you.
Oh,
They
nice.
have you can go get these like wild drinks that are like 4 feet high, and
Okay.
and you hear bands. It's nice. That
That sounds
part
like
of
a
it
good
is.
time.
Oh yeah, you could go to the Bayside and rent jet skis. You could do. I mean, it's and nighttime. You got the arcades. You walk the boardwalk. I know some people are concerned about safety and all that. That's why,
I've heard
again,
that. Yeah.
yeah, that's bullshit. Especially in the summer, they beef up security in a big way because that's
Oh,
when they get
okay.
their tourists.
Yeah,
So
right.
you're not going to have to worry about that. They have
Okay,
things,
good.
and they have a putt thing on the boardwalk for the
Ah, love
kids.
that. Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot to do for the family. Do
Sure.
not be
Okay.
discouraged by any of that stuff.
Right.
And I've been to the pool there at Ocean where he's having the party. It's really nice. Also,
Oh,
um,
sweet.
yeah, it's going to be amazing. That is going to be. If you guys are in Jersey or anybody is in a 2 or 3 hour shot of AC, it's definitely worth taking a weekend. And you're going to find room rates, even though it's July, they're going to be
Mhm.
the casino rates are always going to be cheaper because they want people down there to gamble, especially now
Right.
that they have resorts. All these other states have gambling. Resorts has table games now. So
Mhm.
Atlantic City is you know definitely trying to get tourism, and you'll find really inexpensive, nice rooms. Every hotel has tremendous restaurants. Uh,
Mm.
I mean, Johnny Rockets is on the beach, on
Yep.
Bally's, and you have all these outside bars, and I mean, it's nice. So
Okay. Can't wait.
definitely,
Mm.
definitely going to be a great. Don't go there just for the party and bolt out.
No, I'm there
Make a,
for a few days.
yeah, you're going to love it, and you're going to get really good. Did you look into rooms at all? Yeah, Paul,
Yeah,
or not?
yeah. So I will be at the Ocean Resort
Are you
Casino.
staying at the
Yes,
ocean?
sir.
Okay. But for, like I said, Bally's is going to be your probably least expensive. Then Caesars is a
Mhm.
little more higher end. Tropicana's very good. Then Hard Rock is really nice. That's a newer hotel. So
Ooh.
that one is probably that's the closest to Ocean. So
Okay,
start
and I
from
can't
there.
wait to officially meet Neil in person. That's going to be
Yeah.
spectacular. Wow.
I got to
Okay.
find a nice jet bathing suit
Nice. Yeah.
thing, you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
shirt bathing suit combo.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Yep.
know what I mean? We'll
Mm-hmm.
we'll, we'll have something really nice. It'll be great.
Good.
As far as your rankings,
Sure.
I think the secondary is a major upgrade. I mean, look, I
Yes, I
understand
agree.
we lost Sauce, but you got to realize something. We had 0 interceptions
Yeah,
last
that's
year,
still hard
Paul.
to believe. I
I
can't
mean,
believe
come
that's
on.
that's
I
terrible.
mean, you can't think that this guy. the kid that we got, the kid that we got on
Angelo Pons. Yeah.
No, the free agent we had.
Who, the corner? Nishan
Yeah.
Wright?
Yeah, he had like what 5 or 6 picks last year, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he had picks. He had forced fumbles. He had fumble
Yeah,
recovery. Yeah, he
and
was
look,
great.
Brownlee. When I remember Brownlee, the first game he came in, he
Yep.
punched the ball out. He tried to
Yep.
create turnovers. I mean, look, everybody talks about the Bears, right?
Yep.
How they had a resurgent year,
They
and
did, yeah.
Ben Johnson gets all the credit. But you got to realize something.
Mhm.
In the first, they led the league in turnovers.
Yep.
The first like 8 or 10 games.
Terrific.
They had a plus differential that was like the highest they ever had. And
That's
you
right.
know, you turn the ball over and that gives more chances for your offense. So you know, this defense is going to be it can't get worse. I mean, we had the biggest point differential
That's
in
true.
history of the team.
It
It
cannot
was
be
Rich
worse.
Kotite, worse than Kotite. So
Ugh.
from that perspective, we're going to have a lot of close games. We all going to, think about this. If we're a one-score team in the fourth quarter of a lot of these games, that'll give us just as good a chance to win as anybody.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I hated the Falk thing. I mean, I'm really disappointed we got rid of
I'm
Falk. I
still
mean,
pissed about that. Yeah.
right, for $2 million or whatever the hell you gave him.
Why
When
penny pinch about that? That makes no sense.
I mean, 98%. I
Yeah.
mean, that was the only season since I can't remember when I wasn't holding my breath for every extra point. And inside the 40, he hasn't missed a field goal in like 5 years.
Yeah, I know. Why penny pinch? He wanted to be here, but the Jets refused to commit beyond a year, and I don't know why.
That was horrible. And as far as next year's concerned, I can't believe wouldn't it be nice if we pick 32 next year or 30
Yeah.
or
Let's go.
20? I don't want to pick in the top 10, please.
No.
Please stop with the draft, guys. Stop talking about. We got 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
We got plenty of juice in the tank. Let's hope Klubnik is good.
Mhm.
Listen, would it be a dream thing for me is if we, who's going to be a free agent next year? Baker Mayfield, man. I love Baker Mayfield. I love me my Baker Mayfield, man.
Broadway Baker.
He would be a well. And look, hey, I'm praying Geno has a resurgent year,
Of
so we have
course,
to make a
obviously.
decision.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you had Baker Mayfield, kept Geno somehow as a backup, and then had Klubnik in that quarterback room, I don't want to use any of our picks on the draft. Let everybody come after our picks, get their quarterback, and we turn 3 picks into 6, and we get 6 players in the top 50, and we build a juggernaut team. I mean, if we could win 8, 9, 10 games this year, God willing, how far will we be from really being? Then we could be talking next year about how we're going to get to the big game. And with those 5 players next year, with that draft capital and $150 million of cap space, Paul, we could be the Patriots of last year. We could take what we have. We have our quarterback. We have our receivers, and we take, God willing, the next step. And 27 could be the year we're going down the canyon.
Let's go.
Let's
You'll
go,
lead
baby.
the charge. You'll lead the charge, Neil.
Everybody have a great day.
There he is, Neil, joining us here on the show. Great advice on Atlantic City. Again, that is going to be the Gangrene Beach Club. Highlight that again, folks. GGBC. GangreneBeachClub.com for more details. Tickets are $25 a pop. Apparently, that's where I'm going to meet Neil for the very first time. Yeah, I am bringing the family. The party itself, doors open at noon, and it's through 6 o'clock. So that's 21 and over, so can't bring any kiddos there. But if you are bringing your family for the rest of the time, I'm going to be doing some family events. So cool. It sounds like there's going to be plenty of family fun events around the area, which is terrific. I can't wait to bring my family down there. That'll be nice. All right. 300 people in the room. Like the video here on YouTube. Hit subscribe. Keep those questions coming. Appreciate that. Let's go back to the phone lines. Mikey is here on the show. What's up, Mikey?
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Paul Green.
Yeah, I'm doing
I love
excellent.
you, buddy.
I love you too. Are you feeling better? Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I feel better. I got my new car.
Nice.
It works better for me. It's a Toyota Camry. It's 2,007 miles. 2,007 miles, but it works. The guy who owns the place, he wanted his son to buy it because he wants a sporty car. I don't want a sporty. I don't have to pay payments anymore.
Yeah.
So that's good. Right?
Nice.
So the Knicks. I told everybody the Knicks go play Cleveland the whole field event. We go win the championship. We got them.
Yeah, I think so.
Oklahoma's gonna screw up too. Are the Spurs in it still?
Let me see. I don't know. Did they? I think they finished off their series, but let me double check. That part I can't remember. I've been loosely paying attention. But the good news is for the Knicks is they will have home court advantage over Cleveland. So in that series, so that's good. So they're gonna have that.
We gonna kick their butts. We gonna kick their butt.
I think so too.
And then you talk to your dad about coming visit.
Oh yeah, so apparently Spurs already took care of Timberwolves. Sorry about that for people. Tonight is game 1 between Spurs and Thunder for that Western Conference Finals. So there you go. That'll be a great series, I hope. So great. No, what?
Oh, you know why? I want the Spurs put the Knicks. You know why? We beat in the cup. We beat them in the cup.
Ah, okay. You can beat them again. Nice. The NBA Cup, of
course. Yeah, sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Paul Green, I can't make it to the Cleveland game because I have to get the heart before I go. If something happened with my heart, I want to be. I don't want to get stuck in New York.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's okay, Mikey. We'll try to do it another time. Okay.
Can you come up to Brattleboro to see me?
Yeah, I hope we can this summer. That'd be great. I'm trying to think of when I'll be in the area. Somewhere over the next couple of months, I hope, during the summer.
Yeah, just call. You have my number. You know who has my number? Ricky, New York.
Okay, I'll make sure I connect with him.
And you could call me anytime you want. You have the beautiful family, and your dad, and your mom. I didn't meet your mom yet. I hope I meet your mom.
Yeah, she's going to. Yeah, she's great. Yeah, she'll be at the tailgate. I know you can't make it, but we'll try to see if we can make that happen so you can meet her. She's a lovely lady.
She's my homegirl. Your mom's my homegirl.
Homegirl. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I love you. So I'll let you go to talk to other people. To everybody, I love people on your show. Just let them know I love them.
Will do. Thanks, Mikey.
I love you, buddy.
Love you too, pal. Mikey Gashard Midnight, baby. Hit it, Mikey.
J-E-T-S, Jets.
All right. I'll let Hop on Pop know that Mama is Mikey's homegirl. Nice. Yes, real quick on the tailgate because Mikey brought it up. That's another big thing that's happening this week is today is May 18th. My Jets ticket rep I'm speaking to on May 20th for a scheduled call. Hopefully that's great news for the tailgate. Hopefully locking some things in. 2 things here. If you don't know, I'm Paul Liston Jr. My nickname's Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Last year, we hosted a wonderful tailgate, myself and James Woody, for the Jets-Cowboys game last year. We had Chef Kevin Gilbert, professional chef. He catered all the food for the event. Lou B was there with the B Sprinter and his wonderful DJ team, which was terrific, kept the party going. And it was so nice. We're doing it twice. We're coming back, baby, and hopefully we do it every year moving forward. In pencil is we're doing the Jets-Browns game, which is week 5 once again. We did week 5 last year. We'll do week 5 again. That is October 11th. So it's not official yet. I don't have pricing or anything. That's the thing that the Jets have been finalizing behind the scenes the last couple of days. But that is the game we're going to. 100% it's Jets-Browns, but I just don't have all the details locked in yet. I want to lock them in as quickly as possible to get the info to you. But right now, what we do have in the YouTube description down below this video, so if you're listening on the audio-only version of the show, Believe Network, or maybe you're watching on Facebook, or maybe you're watching on Twitter, if you guys want to sign up for the game and come with us to the game, okay, even though we don't know pricing yet, what you could do is put yourself on the sheet so you can reserve a spot. And what I will do is, first off, what you will do is click the Excel sheet down below. You can't miss it. It says early sign-up sheet, all caps. Click that. You fill out your name, first and last name, and then say, do you want to sit with us? So yes, I want game tickets, or no. If you're a season ticket holder, obviously you don't have to sit with us. If you're getting tickets a different way, you don't have to sit with us. But if you do want to sit with us and enjoy the game together, say yes. And then how many game tickets you need? 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, however many people you have coming. Feel free to hit it up. Then the tailgate. Do you want to be at the tailgate with us? This is a paid event. So food and drink and all kinds of wonderful stuff. Do you want a paid ticket? If so, how many people are coming? How many people need to have a wristband to have food and drink and all that jazz? And then the final column, as you keep going from left to right, you should put your email. And what's going to happen is as soon as I get the prices of everything, oh, wow, the package for everything is this much money, I'm going to go in order through the list. Now I'm going to reach out to you. So Joe Blow, let's say he's first on the list. I'm going to email Joe Blow. Hey, Joe Blow, this is Boy Green. Hey, we finalized the pricing for this event. It is this much. You said you wanted this many tickets. Is that accurate? Do you still want to do that? And you say, why, yes, I do, Boy Green. I'd love to go. I don't know what that voice is, but okay, I'd love to go. I'm like, okay, great. Here's how much it is. If you could please send the money to this as soon as possible, boom, we'll lock in. Okay, great. Or if you're on the list and I reach out to you, say, hey, Sally, you said you wanted to be to this event. Here's how much it is. Geez, something else came up. I can't go. Or, geez, I can't afford that. I'm so sorry. I'm like, no worries, Sally. I'll take you off the list, but thank you very much. And boop, boop, boop. I'm going to go through the whole list. If you have any issues accessing the Excel sheet, a few people have, but a lot of people haven't because there's a bunch of names on the list. But if for some reason you do, no worry, no shame in that game. Email me, Paul A. Esden Jr. at gmail.com. Paul A the letter, ESDEN at JR. Good Lord. I'm so sorry. Let me say it slow. Help myself out. Paul A. Esden Jr. at gmail.com. That is Paul A the letter, ESDEN JR at gmail.com. So email me and say, hey, Paul, heard about it on the show. Sign me up, please. The Excel sheet ain't working. I need 5 tickets, 3 tickets, 2 tickets, 1 ticket. And then discern the difference. Are you just coming with us for the game? Are you coming to us with just the tailgate? Are you doing both? Make sure you explain that in the email. Again, you should get a follow-up response from me eventually. That means you were added to the list where I say, oh, thanks, Josh. Can't wait to see you. But if you get no response from me, then I did not get the email. If you email me during the show, I'll get back to you after the show is over. So those are the key pertinent details that are involved. Okay, let's keep going through the phone lines here. Appreciate that, Mikey. And again, this is going to be a great time. I can't wait. The tailgate is going to be friggin' amazing. Craig McKinnon says, how many people so far? The last time I checked, which was shortly before the show, we were at 97 people for the tailgate. We only have 100 spots. So people, if you've been on the fence, I highly recommend you fill out your name on the sheet so you don't miss out. We have 97 people currently assigned to the tailgate. You only have 100 tailgate tickets, and that's sold out. And then you won't be able to, unfortunately, try any of Chef Kevin's wonderful food. And for the game, we're at 85 tickets, I believe. So unbelievable. They crushed the numbers from last year. So I'm very humbled by that result. So yes, looks like we have 97 people for the tailgate, 100 it's going to sell out, which I'm very blessed by. We didn't even have the game locked in yet, and that we're nearly sold out. It speaks to the power of the great Jet fans and Boy Green Coffee Club members out there in the universe. And then game tickets, I believe we're at 85, 86, somewhere in that range. And as far as I know, I'll find out in 2 days, I guess, if there's any limit to our game tickets. I don't believe so. So that should continue to go. Eventually, we'll sell out this section, I guess, and we'll run out of people or run out of seats. But as it is concerned, we have no limit at this point at game tickets. So there you go. But thank you for asking, Craig Mechanics, here on YouTube. So I'm very humbled by that result. It's terrific. So hopefully I get to meet a bunch of you guys or see you guys again for those that we met. All right, back to the phone lines. It's easy.
Hey.
Who's going to be at the tailgate? I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, I'll be this year. Well, I had 2 questions.
Okay, shoot.
All right, so they got the grass on the field now, but they're not going to keep it.
Right.
But when they replace it with right, but they're going to be putting hopefully a better turf down, right? They're not putting the same old turf back. I mean, they can't. They have to tear it up. right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good question. I believe that they keep recalibrating the turf. So it was a couple of years ago they installed this newer version that's supposed to be safer and stuff. So I imagine they keep reinstilling that one. So yes, I believe that's a great question. When they tear it up to put the grass down and then put the new turf back, I believe that will be a new updated turf. Yes.
I believe if there weren't two teams playing there, if it was just Woody and the Jets, I think they'd probably keep the grass. But I know the Giants' office is the one that don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I've heard those complaints from the Giants, like they don't have any interest apparently.
Yeah, which is kind of stupid because I think natural grass is the way to go, especially if they put down some nice thick zoysia. It's like when I was a kid, we used to play on my friend's lawn, and I was zoysia, and it was like playing on like a thick carpet. It was really cool.
Zoysia.
And here's my second zoysia grass. Here's my second question: what is going on with Cade Klubnik? What are the most recent stories with him? How's he doing? Because I heard that in the they still have. What the hell is this?
Yeah, we're hearing you. We're hearing you.
I got it. Anyway, do I need to take this call? I may need to take this call.
Okay, that's okay. Easy. Take your call. We'll be right back, but I'll answer your question. So we had Cade Klubnik at rookie minicamp most recently. That was the most recent update. We had him at rookie minicamp. I've had a few people on the show that have got a chance to talk about it. Chris Trevler, retired quarterback. He joined the show, talked some Cade Klubnik. That was interesting. Chris Trevler obviously was an NFL quarterback, got to play in the National Football League, which is pretty cool. A lot of us have never had the opportunity to do that. He's doing some real estate now. He wants to get into football broadcasting even more. He's got some Canadian Football League deals going on. He wants to do some stuff with the Jets. And also, he's a private quarterback coach. So he works with another quarterback trainer out in Phoenix, Arizona. I wrote a story about that recently. And he talked about the 3 key pillars of quarterback development. Great question. I believe it was Philly Noodles who had the question about quarterback development, which Chris got into. And I posted a shorter version of that on the show, which was cool. So, they've all commented. And then Bucky Brooks, who I had on recently, former NFL scout, he gave some really cool stuff on Cade Klubnik. Both of those are short form version videos. So if you guys have like 5 minutes or something, I highly recommend checking those out if you never got to see the full Bucky Brooks interview. But he had a comment about Cade Klubnik. It was a Kyle Clifton super chat about, was it a worthy dart throw? And that was interesting. And then there was another, I did 2 follow-up questions on the aura thing people were talking about, like it factor, swagger. And Bookie gave a great answer about that, which I was able to write for a heavy.com article as well. So latest stuff from Cade is rookie minicamp. He lit it up. But if we're being honest, Cade was playing against a bunch of plumbers, relatively speaking, right? There was a 50 to 75 person tryout. So like there was like 31 tryout players. There's the Jets rookie class. There's our undrafted free agents. There's a handful of veterans that were just there. So Cade was slicing and dicing some random people, with all due respect. The real test is OTA start, and you mix. So you had water over here and you had oil over here. Now you're going to mix those two things. And now the rookies are going to be playing around with the vets at OTAs. That's when it's no longer separated. Because the Jets veterans, have been doing voluntary workouts since like the 3rd week of April. Then they broke. And the Jets came in to do a rookie minicamp with their young players, and then they mixed them both together. So I am going to see, does Cade keep having this success against veterans like Demario Davis, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and stuff like that? That'll be interesting. Whether pads are on or pads on are, and the quarterbacks don't get hit. But I will be curious to see how that mixes. Absolutely. All right, let's go next. Ricky New York Live, our favorite YouTube content creator, Ricky New York Live, baby. Ricky.
What's happening, Paul?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Not a whole lot. And the Klubnik thing, it's crazy. Like, we went from a bunch of people complaining that we traded up to get him to, all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of people that like him, which he said some nice things, very mature kid, but I think we should temper our expectations with that. But that being said, and I messaged you about this. The last show that I did, I had the guy from FSU football expert that came in. And
the last show you did, where do you do these shows, Ricky?
Ricky New York Live.
Oh, on YouTube. Right
here on YouTube. Yep. And, mostly we were talking about our guys that came from Florida State, Azaria and Daryl Jackson, etc. But Nate in the chat asked him, what is your opinion of Cade Klubnik? And kind of like, the Jets play, the Patriots and the Bills every year. Like, we probably know more about AFC East teams, than we do other teams, just because they're in our division.
Makes sense.
And Florida State, we play Clemson every friggin' year.
ACC, of course.
So, yeah. So, but his answer was interesting. He was like, after the 2024 season, he was like, I had him rated as like QB1 for, that upcoming draft. Right there with Drew Aller. And he's like, and then, 2025 happened, and it wasn't very good for either of those kids. And he said, though, he was like, they fired the offensive coordinator. So, he's got a new system. Didn't really have weapons around him. The offensive line was trash. The defense wasn't good. Like, and he had 2 different injuries throughout the year. Like, it was one of those kind of, if anything could happen, it did situations. But he's not the first person that I've heard say that, though, that he didn't say that Klubnik was my undisputed QB1 for the draft, but he said he was in the conversation. And I've heard other people say that, like, he was in the conversation to be QB1. And so I don't think, like, all the good stuff we saw from him in 2023 and 2024, like, he didn't forget how to play like that. Like, just unfortunately he was in a bad situation last year. And the same thing could be said, of Geno. Like, Geno, when he was in Seattle and he had a running game and he had weapons to throw to, did pretty well. And then, with the Raiders stunk. But even with the Raiders, I went back and I looked at, some of his highlights from when he was there. And there was there had to have been at least 3 or 4 one-handed Brock Bowers, touchdown catches. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, you know what? He didn't have to one-hand those. Like, it wasn't like he was diving for it or anything. But at the same time, like, Geno put it in a spot where, like, only he was catching it. And he was making the throws, but man, like, yeah, that was just a bad team. But I think we're going to get slightly above average quarterback play out of Geno, but with everything else, all the other pieces that we have that are in place now, I think we're going to have a good year. Like, all along I've been saying like 7 wins. And then I kind of like just quickly went over it in my head and it was 8. And then I like actually sat down and really looked at each game, and then it went up to 9. So, my official prediction, I guess, is 9 wins right now.
That'd be great.
I don't know if we get there, but like every one of those, like, I looked at it and I was like, I'm not thinking anything crazy with any of these. Like, everyone I said we would win, I see no reason that we shouldn't. And the ones that I said we lost, it was like Chicago, the Chargers, Kansas City, like those were ones that I just kind of like, okay, well, we'll probably lose those, but dude, Cleveland, Tennessee,
all of it. Right.
Yeah, the Raiders,
Titans,
all of those,
Dolphins, yeah.
we win.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers without Micah Parsons at the beginning of the year, maybe we win. And you know what? I could see us like maybe upsetting like a Detroit or somebody like that.
Nice. That'd be great.
Just I don't think I counted that as a win on my prediction, but and I had us winning one of our matchups with the Patriots, which I don't think is unreasonable. And then the Bills game at the end of the year, I had us winning, and I was like, you know what? Even if they're in and they're playing their backups or whatever, with the changes that we've made, we're not getting beat by backups this year, because I think we're going to be having a much better product. And what Easy was saying about the turf, like, dude, the Giants don't want to replace the turf, but it was one of their players that just tore an Achilles during rookie minicamp. So that's just crazy. I didn't know if that's where Easy was headed with that comment, like if he was about to bring that up or not.
Probably, yeah.
If he wasn't, I'll do it for him, because like it's crazy. And now somebody in the chat mentioned, like, if we had grass and two teams were playing on it, it would probably be all beat to hell anyway.
Oh, that's a good point.
Which that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, technically only one of us can play there on the same weekend. Like I couldn't see us having like a Sunday game and then like the Giants being expected to play a Monday night game. And
although didn't that happen in 2023? Didn't the Giants have it on Sunday and then we had it on Monday Night Football? So like sometimes that happens too, and that could beat it up. So that's a point I'd never thought about before. Like literally double, right? Like I know it rotates out with the 17-game schedule. Sometimes a NFC team has 9 games versus an AFC team having 9 games at home, but like that is double the amount of games typically. Again, Rams and Chargers obviously go through that same thing at SoFi, but outside of those teams, right? You have 30 teams that are like playing on all these different stadiums, or 28 teams or whatever. So that is a point I'd never considered before. That's true.
Yeah, it's a lot more wear and tear, but I don't know. At any rate, back to the Jets. I don't want to talk about the damn Giants. Yeah. Listen, man, I think that people I think some people are sleeping on AZ Thomas. Like, he was playing really well before he got hurt. And he's one of my breakout guys that I'm looking forward to have a really big year this year. And the other one is AD Mitchell, man. Like, do not sleep on AD Mitchell. Last year, he was facing number 1 corners. Like he was asked to basically be our number 1 wide receiver, fresh off of a trade, didn't know the offense. I mean, he really got thrown into the deep end right off the bat. And all things considered, he responded pretty well. I mean, we had crap quarterback play, but he consistently got open versus teams' number 1 corners. Now he's going to be doing it against number 2s. Like people won't be able to double him up or anything. They're going to have to worry about Garrett. I think AD Mitchell is going to have a big year for us. And
yeah, I would just jump in to say, because like I'm someone who, I guess if you want to categorize, more down on, but like I think I can also admit that it's not fair. He got traded halfway through the year, had to learn the playbook, did not play with Garrett one single snap because Garrett Wilson missed 10 games. So like that's inherently unfair to put it all together. And now let's see, now full off season. Okay, I'm a Jet. Okay, here's the playbook. All right, here's who I'm playing with. Geno Smith, quarterback chemistry. He played with like friggin' 30 different quarterbacks last year with the Jets when he finally learned the playbook. So even though I'm more down on him, I just want him to prove it to see he was in less than ideal circumstances. So I hope he just seizes the day because, right, Omar Cooper Jr. is a rookie. I hope Adonai Mitchell, who's been in the league now, that he's heading into his 3rd year, I hope he is like, sweet, I got Garrett on the other side. I'm going to eat over here. I hope that's true. I hope he kills it.
Yeah, because, I mean, without anybody else to draw attention when it was him, and like you said, traded midway through the year, didn't know the offense, asked to be the number 1 guy right off the bat. Dude, I watched him roast Christian Gonzalez, only to have the ball like come out late, and it's like 8 feet behind him, and he's trying to twist and go back and get it, and it's like the quarterback play was such shit that like I'm thinking, say what you want about Geno, like he doesn't have the biggest cannon arm, whatever, but he's a good, solid quarterback. He'll throw the ball. He won't just sit back there and hang on to it. And the ball will come out on time and it'll go where it's supposed to go. And I think that's all we need, get the ball into the hands of our playmakers. A.D. Mitchell, obviously Garrett, Cooper. Now we got Sadiq and Mason Taylor and Brees coming out of the backfield. I mean, we've got a lot of weapons, and it's a good problem to have. Like, we don't know really what Sadiq and Cooper will be, but if they can contribute anything along with the other guys that we have, like, that's a good problem to have. Like, I think that teams are going to play us, and once the offense kind of gets acclimated and gets rolling, and I think they're going to be like, shit, who do we cover? Like we may end up having like too many weapons for teams to cover, which again is a good problem to have. Obviously, say they got a shutdown corner that can maybe lock Garrett up, but you can't lock up him and AD and Cooper and Sadiq and Brees. Like there's going to be a weak link somewhere. And it's just going to be a matter of, matchups, finding those weak links and taking advantage of them.
I think that's well said. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. And I'm looking forward to it, man. And looking forward to seeing AG prove a whole bunch of people wrong. And I don't remember if it was yesterday with Snowball and Johnny, but the question came up, like, who do you think will have the advantage? Like, Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn.
Yeah. I can't remember if it was that. Yeah, maybe it was with Matt Lombardo. It might have been sometime yesterday. But yeah, basically, wow, we played three NFC. Yeah, it could have been him. But either way, like, we play, for those who missed it, we play 3 NFC North opponents in the first month of the season. Sure, they know Aaron Glenn, but Aaron Glenn knows them. Who has the advantage? Or is it just a wash? Yes, that topic came up. Go ahead.
Now, I could maybe see Ben Johnson having a little bit of an advantage because it's going to be another year for him running the system. AG didn't run this defense last year, So, however, when it comes to the Lions and us playing them, AG does know all that personnel. And I think when it comes to that matchup, I think it's advantage AG over Dan Campbell. So I just wanted to throw that out there. While Ben Johnson might get the nod in that matchup, when it comes to the Lions, I think AG actually gets the nod in that one.
Ooh, I like it.
But all right, man. I'm kind of choking. I need to get something.
Good Lord, please get some water
else to drink. But have a good one, and stop on by tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Ricky New York Live, and I'll be talking more about the schedule and breaking down my wins and loss predictions and why each one of them I think that way. And I'm just going to say this. Robert Saleh he's in Tennessee trying to build, the New York Jets 2.0. He's bringing in Jermaine and JFM and trying to relive his glory days when he was here. But he wasn't a playoff team with those guys when he was here.
No, he was not.
So, so he's recreating the team he didn't succeed with before. Like, it seems like Saleh is repeating some of his mistakes, whereas AG isn't. Like, he was doing something and it wasn't working, and he scrapped it all. Wasn't afraid to scrap it all and say, "No, we're going to get it right." So, yeah, I think we're doing something new and something different and something that's going to work. And Salah is going back to what didn't work, and so week 1, that's going to be a W right there.
Oh, I'm so fired up for the season. I'm so fired up for AG being able to shut all these people up. Oh man, this is going to be great, Ricky. I'll tell you guys. Here's breaking the fourth wall. Something weird. I don't know if I should admit this, but as I'm doing research or prep or whatever for the shows, and I put on music in my headphones, I want to focus. One of the things I've been doing a lot lately, and I've done it throughout my history, is listening to NFL theme songs. So CBS NFL theme song, Fox, NFL Network, NFL films, like any NFL music. And it's just like, I'm sitting here by myself just going, like I'm getting pretty fired up. Yeah, man, I'm ready.
You know what? I do listen to music sometimes when I'm prepping.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll put on like the condensed version of the games, and so like as I'm thinking about whatever the topic is, sometimes I'll see said player on screen doing something. Like, oh, that's a good point that I could bring up is which I gotta say we were talking about the no interceptions on the last show, and I brought up the fact that AZ Thomas did have one, and I was like,
the Bengals.
I don't think he stepped out of bounds. Like I would have gone to my grave saying I didn't think he stepped out, but
yeah,
there's an AZ Thomas like highlight video that somebody put together that's on YouTube where they've got the camera angle that like it clearly shows that he was out of bounds and went back in before.
Yeah, he has to reestablish himself. So yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly the play you're talking about, and it was against the Bengals. And yeah,
Bengals.
he just touched the boundary, and then he lands on his chest, but he had the ball, and then he's like, "It's a pick," and I'm like, "I thought it was a pick at first," and I'm like, "Oh, I think the rule is."
I thought it was too, but then they said no, he went out of bounds, and
got to reestablish yourself, right?
But watching it, I mean, it's kind of like the receiver ran into him and forced him out of bounds, like.
Right.
Which,
but there's no force out rule anymore on either side. So, right, used to be guys in the end zone. Someone catch it where they would have got it down. You German suplex him out. They're like, touchdown rule. He would have touchdown, but you forced him out. Like now that doesn't exist. You could do anything.
That's just such a tacky way to take 100%. A pick away from us.
I know that sucks. Just and think about all the ones like in the Patriots game. Drake May threw a lollipop ball up, and two Jets were like, "Yeah, I got it. I got it." Like two center fielders and.
I have seen the weirdest shit happen with this team.
Yeah.
That I don't, again, in a game against the Bengals, JFM gets a sack. Wasn't a blow to the head. Didn't pick him up and pile drive. No, nothing. But we get a roughing the passer flag, and they said he sacked him too roughly. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And then, at any rate, and then there was one time where and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're inbounds and you've got the football and that football crosses the plane while you have possession of it, that's a touchdown, regardless of what happens after you cross the plane. Dude, this Austin Safarian Jenkins touchdown.
The Patriots game in the left corner where
he
apparently jostled.
He punches it in, but then loses control in the end zone, and it bounces out of bounds. And not only do we not get the touchdown, but they give them the fucking ball on the 20.
Touchback. So he catches it, has it, and they show one shot where it's body, ball, hands, it's floating in air, but it never touches the ground. Like just temporarily as he's reaching for the end zone, the ball seemingly is hovering in space between his body and the hands, and he goes in. They're like, "Yep, touchback," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like here it is. This is going to come up. I don't know if you're going to remember this one, but so Jets play the Packers. So I go back to think of the Packers game. The Jets hosted the Packers in like the 2009, 2010 era, and the Jets lost 9-0 to the Green Bay Packers. And twice in the game, I'm going to go back and watch this game too, just like because I remember it pissing me off in the moment because I'm like, I know the rules. That's bull. So a simultaneous catch when the offensive player and the defense player both seemingly catch the ball at the same time.
This one.
Yeah, when they catch the ball at the same time, offense gets it if it's same time, if it's simultaneous. And twice a simultaneous catch, which means it should have gone to the Jets offense, was ruled a pick. And I'm losing my stuff. I think I was in no, I would have been here in New York when that happened. And I'm freaking screaming, that's not the rule. That's ball. You guys can't look under the hood. Simultaneous catch goes to the offense. And twice it was ruled a pick. We lose 9-0. And we would have gotten the rematch. So that was definitely 2010 because we would have played the Packers in the Super Bowl. And I was like, oh my God.
Wasn't there one like that against Seattle? I want to say it was somebody weird like Percy Harvin or somebody.
Could have been. Yeah.
That caught. And again, like you said, simultaneous, it should go to the offense. But
that's what the rules say. Yeah.
But didn't. I think I do remember the one you're talking about with the Packers, though.
Oh, I'm going to go back and watch that game at some point this week, but definitely before the Jets-Packers game, which was in 2010, 100% against Aaron Rodgers. He came to MetLife Stadium. We lost 9-0, and there's two.
Yeah, I know. That's like the reason I think I remember it because that's one of those games where a bunch of people all thought it was going to be like this high-scoring shootout or something, and then it's a game with no touchdowns. Like they get 3 field goals and we lose, and it's like, how do you hold Aaron Rodgers for the whole game without a touchdown, and then you somehow fucking lose?
Frustrating.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, thank you for that memory lane of random Jets games in my memory. That was good. From Safarian Jenkins to force outs to Chris Baker getting forced out against the Browns back in the day in the mid-2000s to everything. Oh, yeah.
You know what? I don't know what it is, but that Safarian Jenkins one, like it still, like, today pisses me off when I think about it because we just got robbed.
Yeah.
And if you want to not give us the touchdown,
okay, say he's out at the 1 yard line or something.
But you give them the ball on top of it, like, oh man, like, oh.
Yes.
Anyways,
but I'm ready to get hurt again. I want games to matter. I want to hopefully not feel that way. Hopefully I'm on the other side. The call goes our way, but I want that. I want to care. Like, so when something devastating happens, you know, it cares. You know, it matters to you. You know, it's a season that matters. So I do want to get back to those times. Yes.
Well, you know what? We added a bunch of guys on defense that are going to be really physical, and Bailey's going to bring some speed off the edge, and we're going. Like, I think the defense is going to be good enough to keep us hanging around in games. And like I said, with the offense, I think now we've got too many options for them to stop all of them. So, you know, we just got to find
the Ted one. Week 4, 2023, Jets Chiefs Monday Night Football. Patrick Mahomes is in the pocket. Jets have him. We got him. Jermaine Johnson is being mugged, and he's trying to sack Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes gets a 30-yard run down the left hash, and Jermaine Johnson is just like flailing. Now, Jermaine was trying to do that for the refs, I assume. Like, look, this guy's holding me like Jesus. Like, he probably should have been trying to be less dramatic and worry about trying to get Patrick Mahomes. But I understand why he was pissed. And then that terrible holding call. Or there was the defensive holding, right? The Jets get a pick. Speaking of no picks, they get a pick on Patrick Mahomes in the fourth quarter. DJ Reed, and I'm like, yeah, we take over. Late flag, illegal contact. We watch a replay. We're like, what illegal contact? What are you talking about? Oh, yes, Chiefs. So, again, when we play these same opponents again for the first time in a couple of years, like Chiefs, that's going to be on my friggin' mind. The Packers, that's going to be in my friggin' mind.
Yeah, the Jermaine one was bad, but dude, I remember the Raiders guy holding our defensive players, and I had to watch Garrison Hurst's old ass run all the way down the sideline and friggin' score, and that knocked us out of the playoffs that year.
Yeah.
Like, it should have been the Bucks and the Jets in the Super Bowl that year. And if it would have been, Gruden didn't know all our plays.
He did not.
It would have been
It
would have been a lot different football game. But yeah,
Jets Vikings, Braxton Berrios dropping the ball in the end zone. Mike White's tenure with the Jets completely changes if Braxton Berrios holds on to that wide open touchdown. Oh my God, so many things.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, like I'm going to start talking about Doug Bryan if we keep going down this path. So
let's avoid that if we can.
Let's stop it there. Like
let's stop. Yes.
Let's turn it back to the positive. We got a lot to look forward to this year.
Let's go.
And yeah, man, I hope that what Aaron Glenn is building right now is going to be like those Herm Edwards era teams. Where we were in the postseason and we did compete every single week. And, we might have not had the biggest stars on either side of the ball, but we had some really good players and we went to the playoffs every year. And I think that's what he's trying to do. I think we've definitely taken steps in the right direction. And, yeah, man, this is going to be like a long, I don't even know how many days it is until like training camp, like when football actually starts. But it's probably it's not 90. It can't be 90. It's got to be less than that.
Right, because June, July, right? It's 2 months. It's 2 months, and we're in training camp. So yeah, it's 60-ish days, give or take. Round up for your months.
60 something, 70 days, something. Yeah. The next time we speak, I'll be able to definitively tell you how many days it is.
Okay, good. Then I can set my abacus appropriately.
Yes. Now that we've talked, now that we brought it up, I'm gonna go look. But
thanks, Ricky.
All right, man. Yeah, let's all just look forward to this year because I think for a change, we're actually gonna have something to look forward to. I think the Jets are gonna make things interesting this year.
We can only hope. Ricky, you're the best, baby. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel, Ricky New York Live. Here on the channel. Appreciate you, Ricky, joining us here on the program. Folks, a couple of shout outs here. First off, Indy Jets. He says it here. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. We have 300 people in the room watching across our social media platforms, including 100 on YouTube. We only have 73 likes on YouTube. Folks, it's free to do. Like the video. You want to support the show? Like the video. That gets this Jet Show in front of other Jet fans out in the audience. I say it all the time, but it's very meaningful. Please make sure you do that. Before we move on, folks, let's give a huge applause to Connor Hughes, who is officially our SNY digital reporter covering the Jets and the Giants. He is a dad once again. Just announced this minutes ago. Shout out to Gavin William Hughes. He is a Hughes party of 4. His child was just born. He's got a son and a daughter now, just like me. So shout out to Connor Hughes and the Hughes family on a successful delivery of their next child. So congratulations to Connor Hughes and his family. I saw they just posted that. That's amazing news. So shout out to the Hughes family. That's beautiful. So that's amazing. Whereas Danger Zone likes to say, congrats on the sex, Connor. There you go. Congrats on the sex, buddy. Congrats on the sex. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. Up next, we've got Thunder Beast.
Hola, Boy Green. ¿Cómo está, amigo?
See. What's happening here, Thunder Beast?
I just put the plants in and I got a little bit of a pounding headache today on the left side of my head. It's like,
wait,
you ever have a battering ram go full force? Like, I'll give you a hint. Picture medieval times. You're jousting. You got the jouster right here. You got the shield right here, and you're going, and then you go.
I've been to medieval times once. Have you ever been there? The mutton chops and whatnot. Very nice.
6.
You've been there 6 times? Oh, good for you.
2 times been the red and yellow knight, blue knight, black and white knight, red knight, and the red and yellow knight.
Nice.
Never been the green knight. The green knight's been my next bullseye, and I already know half of the names on the medieval times roster. You got Perarana, you got Asturias, you got Castelia,
sure,
Navarre, Aragon, and also Leon. And one rule about medieval times: they don't allow forks, knives, and spoons. You know why? They will boo you out of the building.
Yeah. Yeah, they will. You need
know
to use
what I
your
mean?
hands.
They will boo you, and they will say, "Woo! Get out of here!"
Yeah, but the interesting thing is they don't let you use utensils because they're like, hey, it's medieval times, but you can't have a Coke or Pepsi though. Yeah.
Well, it is finger food 11th century. No knives, forks, or spoons. They bring you out the chicken, the rib, the potato, the traditional Spanish soup.
Sure.
Delicious Spanish soup. Oh, when you have this, you go, oh my God, this is amazing.
I didn't know that. Yo Home says there's a medieval times 10 minutes from MetLife. I haven't been there since I was a kid. We went on a field trip in school back in the day. That was nice.
That's what. Well, if you're saying 10 minutes from MetLife, that's called Lyndhurst, New Jersey.
Okay. Oh,
And
cool.
don't worry.
All right.
First week, I don't see Salah going anywhere because the only thing Salah's going to be taking is a sinking ship.
Yeah.
It'll hit the iceberg right before you know it. It'll be like, it'll take a crash, and then the ship will be like, the Titan ship will be like this at float at first, but then and then it'll just into the sea.
Hey, do you remember this from Cable Guy? Da 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 da.
That's familiar. I'm familiar with Cable Guy. I have it on DVD.
Yeah, medieval times.
Cable Guy was actually pretty funny. I'll give.
I love that movie. Jim Carrey. Yeah,
Dumb and Dumber was pretty funny too, especially when Jim Carrey was like, "Man, you are one pathetic loser."
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good.
But the one scene where Jeff Daniels when he had the X-Lax, they had to run in the bathroom and go, oh, and then he go. Shitting his brains out like crazy stuff. It's like, well, that X-Lax sure comes handy, doesn't it?
Yep.
I'll tell you right now, Packers, they're not gonna get any further. I don't know about AG coming when he comes home to Detroit. It's gonna be kind of hard because when you leave a state and you're coming back home, it's gonna be a little rough. It'll be a little bit rough from here.
Which do you prefer, Danger Zone, Jim Carrey or Chris Farley? Go.
Gotta go Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was the funny thing in the 90s. The guy can make
Chris
you laugh.
Farley in the 90s too, though. Beverly Hills Ninja, Tommy Boy, Black Sheep.
Don't forget Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy was actually pretty funny too.
That's my favorite movie of all time.
I did like one movie. I think you might remember it. Joe Dirt.
Oh, Joe Dirt, sure. David Spade. Yeah, he's good.
And it's called. Why'd you run this thing called a thing off a cliff here? Dirt. It's called Dirty. My name is Joe Dirty. You don't think I don't listen to that? I don't listen to Van Hagar. I listen to Van Halen. I listen to Def Leppard, AC/DC. I'm like, okay, all right, I get the picture. I get it. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be just fine for the season. We'll be just fine. Just gotta relax. Take it easy.
The Truman
slow. It's not like you gotta get the thing in the bed. Take it easy. Relax. Liar, great movie. Do you remember the one part where it was in Liar where Jim Carrey kicked his own ass in the public bathroom?
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love that. Yeah, that's.
How the hell could you do that to yourself in the public bathroom? You got to be nuts.
Yeah.
You got to be nuts. And the Truman Show was actually pretty good too because he had a son in that movie, and he surpassed all the odds. And
underrated Jim Carrey movie, The Majestic. I love that movie. Terrific movie.
The Mask.
I love The Mask. Have you seen Cameron Diaz in The Mask? Whoo, that was like my first crush.
You could basically say that woman was a fox. Oh my God, damn! You can't even say. I'm like, Jesus. I mean, she could be on every cover of the Playboy magazine. My God, I'm like, tetas like that, go to the stars like porn. You know what I mean? You know. Oh boy, what's next? I don't know, man. But we got a long way to go. But that thing on the 11th of July? No, I don't think so. Nah. I'm not interested in that kind of stuff. That's in the words of the great George Carlin. It just gets my interest, It gets my interest. I like something that's more, up to speed, like coming up in October, coming up in September. We got a lot of good things coming up. We just gotta play it smooth. And like Stephen once said, take it slow and let the good times roll.
That's great advice. Great advice. By the way, here she is.
Let's go, man.
This is Cameron Diaz in the
She is a
mask.
knockout punch. 1, 2,
Unbelievable.
3. Don't forget, there's something about Mary. She was already that dynamite.
Yes. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. I
And,
mean,
well, let's see. There's other good movies that also came out in them times. And, oh my gosh, she was just dynamite. You cannot beat that. Kate Winslet, maybe I'll say 97, 98. She had it beat by 2, maybe 3 points higher because hello, and I know where I gotta go. Yep, the time to go do what is called the Bundy. You ever heard of the Bundy?
No, I haven't.
Go beg out the way. I'm bad to the bone. See you later. Catch you soon, there.
Oh. All right, there you go. All right. Shout out. Yeah, but boy, Jim Carrey or Chris Farley. Jim Carrey has more. Like he has more of the Cable Guy, Mask, Truman Show, Liar Liar. Like, oh my goodness, you could keep ripping. 23, that's a good one. I haven't seen that one in a long time, but that's a good shout out. Ricky New York Live in the comment section. Number 23 is a really good one and a different kind of role for Jim. Yeah, he's got more, but Chris Farley's like his peak are just like Tommy Boy and Beverly Hills Ninja are two of my favorite movies. But I love Ton of Jim. Man, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, Laces Out, Tech Detective. Oh God, this is tough. This is tough. Jim Carrey or Chris Farley. Oh my goodness, that's tough. What an impossible choice. I'll have to keep marinating on it. Mr. Legendary Famous Fulton.
And Jimmy Johnson, radio's only mask announcer.
What the? Who is this? I thought this was Mr. Legendary Famous Fulton. Who are you? Cape Crusader?
It's Jimmy Johnson.
Oh,
the radio
Jimmy.
mask announcer.
Oh, okay. Hello, Jimmy Johnson. How'd you get a hold of Mr. Legendary Famous's Fulton phone?
I don't know. Probably like this.
Whoa. Oh, God, you got me there. I thought someone broke into your place. Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, this is my mask for the costume. So.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson, where'd Mr. Legendary Famous Fulton go?
It's right here.
Oh, there you are. Whew. Oh, you got me again. I'm sorry with the mask. You threw
That's
me off.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So. Yep.
Okay.
I'm ready for the big show coming up next month.
All right. Do you want to give us all a slice?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Jimmy Johnson. Get your mask on. There you go. And when you're ready, scene.
Just a second.
Yeah, of course. Get a method act. Get into character.
This is crazy today.
That's all right.
Here we go.
We'll get the crowd ready.
Ready? And Jimmy Johnson, radio's only mask announcer.
Oh, okay. Quality over quantity. I like the cut of your jib, Mr. Legendary Famous Fulton.
Thank you.
Okay, nice. Well, good luck.
Yeah, I've been very busy lately, so I've been.
I can understand.
Taking a little bit at a time, so.
Of course.
Plus, I posted a new short video. You might want to check that out. I actually do the moonwalk.
The moonwalk?
Yep.
Like Michael Jackson? Ow!
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay. All right. I'll check it.
And he goes, ow!
Ooh. Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll check that out on your YouTube channel. Thanks, Mr. Legendary.
Sounds great. Thank you.
You're the best. There he is. Michael Jackson. There you go. Nice. All right. Let's go. Fascinating. All right, up next we have Knowledge of Jedi and Johnny Boy.
I don't even know what to say anymore. Kind of lost.
Sure.
Hey, what's
Knowledge?
going on? Good morning, guys.
What's up?
What up, Knowledge?
I think Jim Carrey just has a wider range catalog than
He
Nick
definitely
Farley.
does. He definitely has more. He has more. Yeah.
Nick Farley played the same character in every movie he was in himself.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How dare you? What do you mean?
Think about it.
Beverly Hills
Coneheads-
Ninja, he was a ninja. Okay?
Yeah, but his
And Tommy
energy
Boy,
was
he's
the
a
same.
salesman. I don't agree with that.
I don't know, bro.
Think
Chris
about it.
Farley-
Even in Coneheads, when he was a mechanic, he
Coneheads,
still had
it's
the
another
same-
great call. I love that. That's a great movie.
He had the
I love
same
Coneheads.
banter. Like he acted the same. Like it wasn't like a different energy. It was like, all right, this is him, and it fit in certain movies.
Does
Like
Jim Carrey have different energy? When he's the mask, he's like,
Well, when he did
B-A-R-G-N-Y, because I gotta, like, come on.
Nah, when he did 23 is when he got
that's
like more
different.
dramatic. Like
Also,
it was
he
like
had,
to show a
with all due
different
respect,
range.
he had more time. Chris Farley, unfortunately, is dead. Like I hopefully he would have gotten into some of those roles. As he was supposed to be Shrek. People forget that. Chris Farley's supposed to be Shrek. He passes away. Michael Myers ends up being the guy. So maybe we would have saw different roles.
Let me ask you guys this. All right.
Okay.
So Chris Farley from Saturday Night Live or Jim Carrey from In Living Color?
That's
Man,
two
come on.
different shows, though.
Yeah, but I get what you're overall saying. But come on, Chris Farley was like, if you want to live in a farm down by the river, like, come on, like, how do you beat that? He had so many sides, and then Lunch Lady, like, man, Chris Farley had some. I think I go Chris Farley there. Yeah, Drew Carey had some good stuff, but come on, Chris Farley.
I don't know. And in Living Color, figuring Fire Marshal Bill was like you had to not copy none of the things he was doing because it was straight hazardous.
Yes,
set himself on fire, grinded his hand in a meat grinder, like all types of crazy stuff when he was Fire Marshal Bill. Then he came out with the two ponytails with that deep voice when he was like Shaquita. I think they both have range. I just think both of them had different limits that they will go to. You know what I'm saying? Chris Farley, I think, was funny as a Chippendales dancer when he did that bit.
Oh my God,
When he
with
came
Patrick
out
Stewart. Oh
with-
my, or
with
not
the-
Patrick
with
Stewart.
the little like neck thing.
Patrick Swayze, and then he was just
Yeah.
doing the.
Yeah.
I just recently rewatched that. It's like a 5-minute bit or something, and they're like, "I'm sorry, but
I mean,
wow, this was a great competition, but it's because we're gonna go with him. He's not fat and he's built like a Mac driver." Like, yes, of course.
Your
That was great.
knowledge. Just kind of show you, just kind of tell you a little bit about with like Farley, like myself and BG, we were quoting a whole bunch of Farley quotes when we're at the track.
Quotable, very quotable.
You know
Just
what I mean? We
random
were like-
Tommy Boy lines, yeah.
That was like fluff your pillow, fluff your pillow.
Nah.
No.
Tommy Boy was a classic.
Did I catch a niner in there? Yeah.
When he was in the room talking about big man, little coat.
Fat guy, little coat, yeah.
Yeah, I think I did try to do that bit
guy
after I
in
watched
a
the movie as a little kid. And I
coat.
ripped my sister's coat apart.
That's hilarious.
Because she had a smaller coat. I was like, oh man, I'm stuck.
Well, boys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna give you guys this last one to end this with on my end, at least.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy or Dave Chappelle.
Oh man.
Well, let it marinate.
Eddie Murphy also had a bigger catalog, so it's like
Definitely for just straight up movies, I would say, like way more. But I guess you can factor in stand up comedy. You can factor in a little bit of everything with Eddie, I guess.
Well, stand up
Interesting.
comedy, Dave Chappelle is a problem. His movies were like you had to understand his comic appeal on how them because the movies were like kind of like the Chappelle Show. It wasn't like high budget movies.
Right,
Dave
right.
Chappelle. Like Eddie Murphy busted out from stand-up comedy and did Coming to America, then The Golden Child.
Oh, right.
He
Yeah.
had like multiple different things that
Dr.
was bringing
Dolittle.
him range. Yeah, Dr. Dolittle made him wholesome. Like Pluto Nash, when he was Pluto Nash, that he was his own villain or something, like a clone of himself on the moon. So like, I don't know, but Eddie Murphy Raw, that was one of the best stand-ups ever. When he came out in the
100%.
leather outfit, talking about his dad making him eat toys. It was like, man, I was so poor. He goes, Etch a Sketch was so goddamn delicious.
There's some good stuff. It's good.
Yeah, think about it. I think comedians make the best actors because they have the most range. Because people seem to forget that comedies come from tragedy. So
Right,
therefore,
of
the
course.
best drama actors are comedians.
Right, that makes sense.
You know?
That's good stuff. Anywho, I'm sure that's not what you called in to talk about, knowledge about Eddie Murphy, Chris Farley, and everything else. But that was a cool random pivot. We're in the off season, so appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.
Nah, I'm still thinking about, are we going to try to find a backup quarterback? And I was looking at the list of veteran quarterbacks available. What about Josh Dobbs? Like, is he taken off the
The
market?
rocket scientist. Yes, he's still out
smart.
there.
He's smart and he's
smart
capable.
as a whip. 100%. Yeah.
You know? But then that'll probably be a scenario like Teddy Bridgewater when he came to the Jets. He comes in, he looks like he could challenge, and then they might ship him away. I don't know. Because I was a little upset about that when we had Bridgewater. I felt like he could have been the guy for us. And then
they
for
flipped
some
him.
reason,
I can't believe they signed him and then flipped him a few months later for a 3rd-round pick. So big salute to the Jets for doing that. But they had Sam Darnold, I guess. So
that's
Teddy
the thing is because we drafted Darnold too high. Like we got him high, so it was like if
3rd
Bridgewater
overall.
was gonna beat out the rookie, we were like, why did we draft the quarterback at number 3?
That's also possibly true. But hey, folks, quick shout out. We just reached 8,650 subscribers. We are 1,350 away from 10,000. So salute to everybody out there in the audience. That's pretty freaking cool. We randomly hit that milestone right in the middle of this bleeping show. Let's go. Thank you to everyone in the audience. Keep the love coming. Anywho, knowledge. So do you think they do get a QB2?
But is Dobbs available? Because I feel like I've been throwing names out there and they're not available.
Some of them haven't been. I believe he is. Let me double check. I thought he got cut. So Joshua Dobbs is a free agent. Yep.
Yeah. When he played at Tennessee in college, man, he looked really sharp.
Yeah.
He looked sharp. Well, then again, we're talking college football versus professional football.
Of course.
But he looks sharp. He has a high IQ. Obviously, he studied rocket science.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So he obviously will be able to learn the playbook if we bring him in. And I think he could bring something to the quarterback room. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tazy, by the way. Tazy was one of the new ones who just subbed. So Tazy, welcome to the show, baby. Appreciate you.
I saw also, I don't know if it was clickbait or what, but they said Jamal Adams is coming back to the Jets.
What?
It must
Where?
have been clickbait.
Yeah.
Because I follow a lot of Jets fan pages on Facebook. And one of those things jumped up, and I was like, is this even real? Because I was talking about we should bring him in because he converted to linebacker and that he likes contact.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You don't always believe whatever you're seeing on there. And it's Tazzy, not Tazy. Tazzy. Oh, thank you. Well, Tazzy, welcome to the show, baby. Appreciate you out there in the audience. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't believe all the stuff you see on Facebook. Long story short, I'm on Facebook, but I wouldn't believe everything you're seeing out there.
Yeah, they said we also brought in a receiver.
We did, Tim Patrick. Yeah, he's he knows Muji. He was there for like 5-6 years with Muji. He was a year in Detroit with Aaron Glenn. So we did sign him. That's for real.
All right. So we're upgrading in certain areas, and then we added the linemen, so we're deeper in the depth.
Yeah,
I just can't wait. I just can't wait for OTAs because then you start seeing the live practices. You get to see how they're moving out there,
right?
And then I guess I already got a preseason ticket for me and my son to go see the Jets versus the Bucks.
Cool.
To see how that goes because, I was all in for Bane, so at least I could see him there in the preseason.
That's true, at least. That's right.
And then, me
and we're going to see you for the tailgate, right? Jets Browns.
Oh, that's the game you chose?
It's probably going to be the game.
I was looking at the spreadsheet. It didn't have any updates on what was chosen.
Yeah, it's not official yet. I'm speaking to my Jets ticket rep on the 20th, but it looks like that's going to be the game. Yeah, it'll be official in a couple days, hopefully.
Who got Hard Knocks this year? Because I feel like this is a year the Jets should have got it.
I think it was Seattle or Patriots. I think it's Seattle, but let me see. Hard Knocks 2026. I'm sure everyone hopes it's New England. It's Seattle, the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. They are it this year, and then it's Patriots next year.
I feel like the better Hard Knocks series has always been when it's like the underdog teams trying to turn it around.
I can't remember the last time they picked a Super Bowl team. I mean, I'm sure it's happened. I can't remember if the Ravens were had they just won the Super Bowl. Was that before? I can't remember. But yeah, so yeah, that's new. So Seahawks, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're watching the rich get richer here. That's crazy.
Hey, our boy Sam Darnold. We'll see him. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, at least we drafted him. It took 8 years for him to make it happen.
Yeah. It took a little longer than intended, but hey, he won the Super Bowl, so shout out to him.
And then we should be looking good in special teams because I feel like a lot of those undrafted free agents we brought in are to compete just for kick returner or punt returner.
Well, and then kicker's the big question mark I have, but everything else looks great. Yeah.
Nah, we cut that kicker already from BYU. The guy was here for
I know. Will Ferrin, he stinks apparently, I guess, but like we don't
have
Nick
didn't
Foles,
even
so
get to kick. He probably never kicked that off.
But he got, but for being with the Jets for 6 days, he got $20,000. Nice. I wish I'd get randomly $20,000 for 6 days of work. So good for him. I'm jealous.
Is Longstopper still here?
Thomas Hennessy and the new kid is here. Garrison Grimes. They're both here.
All right. So the long snapper from BYU made it, but not the kicker.
Yeah.
And then who's our kickers? We have 3 kickers right now.
Only 2 now after Will Ferrin got dumped. We have Cade York and Lenny Krieg. He's from Germany. So we got 2 guys.
They're probably leaning towards York because he has more
probably, experience. But again, we picked up Folk last year the first couple days of training camp. So maybe our kicker for the year isn't even on the team. Who knows?
Yeah, it's like that. Kickers are necessary, but it's like if you mess around and miss too many field goals, you might be in the picket line trying to get unemployment checks because
that's true.
It's stressful. I can't imagine how stressful it must be to be a professional kicker because you got to be spot on every time.
Yeah.
And misses could make you lose your job because
it's tough.
If the game's on the line and you put the kicker out there to win the game and he misses, I can only imagine how you lose your mind, how you paying somebody $2 million or $1 million. They have one job, but the job is like, it's meticulous.
Yeah. Very.
Mess around like Jim Carrey laces out.
Ray Finkel. That's right. It's a man. Oh yeah, that's great.
But yeah. I do feel positive about the Jets. Like I called them because I have a childhood friend that grew up a Jets fan just like me.
Okay.
I hit them up telling them how they feel about the offseason moves, and they were like, "There's nothing they do that excites me anymore." And I was like, "That's crazy." I was like, "That's crazy. You already went into a dark space." I was like,
"That's a very dark space."
I'm like, "We're in a complete rebuild. Like this should be the turn year." And you're here going dark, like nothing excites you about it.
Yeah. That's brutal. There's some people out there in the universe. We're all different people, I guess. But for me, I get excited every year. It's not fake. It's real. I get there's feelings or whatever in my gut that bubble up, and I'm like, oh yeah, baby, I'm fired up for the season. So some people aren't. Hey, different strokes for different folks, I guess. But I can't wait for football to get here. I can't wait for week 1. I can't wait for all of these different the training camp. I'm excited for mini camp, OTAs of like getting the story of this team. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, but knowledge, you've made me even more excited about it because I love your passion, man. I love your passion.
I'm telling you, like it threw me off because I was like, yo, we became best friends because we're Jets fans. And now you're going dark. Like, it's like almost Darth Vader going to the dark side. Like, who are you about to root for?
Yeah,
we've been Jets fans since elementary school. Who are you about to root for if they don't give you any excitement? We finally got Geno back. We got the 3 first-round picks. We had a really good draft. We got veteran. I started going down the whole list of things that we should be positive about. And they're like, we'll see. Because every time I get my hopes up, we just have a bad season.
Well, football is back. So Adam Schefter just tweeted out 8 teams kick off their OTAs today. Bills, Cardinals, Dolphins, Falcons, Raiders, Ravens, Steelers, Titans. So OTAs are here. So football is back-ish, baby. So that means media press conferences, player things, rookies, veterans coming together. Our Jets will come together. I believe it's later this week. So I'm fired up, man. Let's go.
What do you think about the UFL being like a minor league system for us? Because they're expanding.
Yeah,
And
I'm
they're
all
in a
for it. Shout out
marketplace
to
that
The
they're
Rock.
the only football team in the state.
Shout out to The Rock. I think there are 2 key, like a developmental league in general, I'm all for. More football for us to enjoy, that's great. And we can all pick teams, that's cool. I think there are 2 key developmental things that need to happen that's healthy for the sport. Quarterback development and offensive line development. We don't have enough of either. It's scarce to have enough good quarterbacks and enough good offensive linemen. So if there are leagues that can help develop and cultivate that talent, whether that's a direct relationship with the NFL where it's like a pipeline and like the Jets can have like sort of like the NBA where you have a G League team that the Jets could buy and have their own G League team that they could develop guys and give them real experience because they couldn't get that experience on the team. I'd love if the NFL eventually gets into that because like I could tell you as a Jets fan, if they had some G League team called the whatever, I don't care, the New York Goblins, whatever the hell they're going to call them, I would love that. I'd love to see development. There'd be more for us to talk about, more for us to break down, give those kids more of an opportunity. I'd be all for it.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder why we're not trying to like see who's becoming a success story from that pool, because we used to pull from Canada. We used to pull from Canada and the Euro League that we had as like our G League back in the day, the European League that was like 3 teams, maybe 5 teams or something.
NFL Europe, right? Yeah, sure.
Trying to expand to Europe. And then we were grabbing people from Canada because some of the NFL players that if they phased out here, they'll go up there. And then maybe they'll make a comeback over here. So I'm surprised that like now that the UFL is becoming more popular in the last 3 years, how is it that we're not trying to see who's there or lure them over here in free agency?
Right.
But maybe they got exclusive contracts that they can't go to another league. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, but knowledge. I love your brother, and we'll keep you guys updated. Will be on that Excel sheet, so you can go back to it when we have everything official. We'll make sure we update Excel sheet. We'll be talking about it here on the show, my friend.
All right, I appreciate you. Or just email me. Or
yeah. No matter what, you will hear from it. It'll be Excel sheet. I'll be talking about it on the show, and I will email you because your email's on the list. So you'll hear from me, my friend. Okay.
All right, I appreciate you. Enjoy your day, my brother.
There he is. Knowledge, the Jedi, joined us here on the show. A quick story, by the way. So I was cleaning my house yesterday in the middle of all kinds of work. I was doing laundry and stuff. And so I found all these old Jet shirts. Look at this Jet shirt for people that are watching on YouTube. You guys may have seen this throughout the show. Winters is coming, a Game of Thrones Brian Winters shirt. This is my old fantasy team that won a championship. I got our fantasy trophies back here. Winters is coming. So there you go. Shout out to Brian Winters. If people remember old Brian Winters, I found this shirt buried and it still fits, thank God. So love it. So Brian Winters, super cool shirt. So Winters is coming. There you go. I'll be wearing some new Jets gear that I just found as I recalibrated the closet. That was sweet. Found some cool new Jet stuff. Awesome. So frick yeah, that's a cool little story. So good for that. Well, folks, we're going to be back on in an hour. And guess what? We're going to do a top 5, baby. A top 5. I'm going to talk about the top 5 offseason moves the Jets made. Trade, draft picks, signings. I'm going to rate and break out my top 5 with the man-child. He'll give his top 5 Giants moves. I'll give my top 5 Jets moves. That's coming up in an hour live on this channel and the MC Show digital channel. For people that are asking about fantasy football, okay. We have 2 leagues through the Coffee Club and the Espresso Club. We have it split. There's a Coffee Club league and there's an Espresso Club league. If you're in the Coffee Club, you can be in the Coffee Club league. If you're in the Espresso Club, you can be in the Espresso Club league. So I'll be officially splitting it. We just had a bunch of Coffee Club members that were in both last year. This year, we're going to split it. Espresso Club members exclusively can be in the Espresso Club. Coffee Club members can exclusively, be in the Coffee Club. So again, if you want to join the Boy Green Coffee Club or Espresso Club and you're a YouTube member, hit that join button there on YouTube, baby, and you guys can join. That is going to be awesome. So make sure you guys do that. $2.99 is for the Coffee Club on a month-to-month basis. The Espresso Club is $5.99. Make sure you guys join that. It is sick. So can't wait. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So I hope you guys can be a part of that. More details to come on that as well, and on our tailgate when that's official. But it's looking like Jets Brown, which will be week 5, October 11th. Thank you, everybody, for helping us surge over another milestone live here on the show, which is friggin' sweet. 8,650 subscribers, baby. We're 1,350 away from 10,000. We're going to keep climbing. We're 10 away from 8,660. Let's just keep boop, 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 climbing. If you're out there in the audience, you love the show. Thank you, by the way, for loving the show. Like the video on the way out here on YouTube. Hit subscribe and tell a friend. Get another friend to subscribe to this show. If you each tell a friend, we're going to be at like 17,000 subscribers or something. Whatever the math is on that. So make sure you guys do it. Appreciate that out in the audience. All right, we'll take a quick hour break, and then we're back live again for the MC Show digital channel, which will also be cross-streaming over here, and that channel is getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers. So terrific news, a lot of growth all over the place. On the way out, guys, youtube.com/@MC Show Digital. I'll be giving my top 5, baby, my top 5, okay? One more time, my gosh darn top 5 will be coming here on the channel for the top 5 moves the New York Jets have made this offseason. Also, drop it in the YouTube chat here on the way out so you guys can subscribe to this channel. Make sure you guys do it. Boom. Just throw it in there. The MC Show digital channel. Hit subscribe there to make sure you don't miss my top 5 Jets moves of the off seasons. I'll be breaking that down coming up at 11 o'clock. That'll be sweet in about an hour. So can't wait. Hopefully you guys can tune in for that and subscribe to that channel and try to get us to 1,000 subscribers. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see you in a little bit. Take care.